All right, hello everybody. Welcome to the area. Congrats on making it yet another week. My name's Robert. I'm going to be our happy DM for the evening. Sitting next to me is, we're going in a different order today, shuffling up the table a little bit. Ryan, how's it going?
Oh, not bad, not bad.
You made it.
I did.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm proud of you.
It was touch and go for a while, but yeah.
Good. Mr. Steve, still playing that human?
Yeah.
We like it.
He's almost dead.
You are almost dead.
Woo!
Human fighter, almost dead. Nothing stereotypical.
I was gonna say, isn't that like kind of like the
Yes,
the
absolutely.
MO of human fighters is just like teetering on the edge of death, but also whooping massive amounts of ass in the process?
Again, my goal is never to kill anybody, but to get you as close to one as possible and just keep you there. It's kind of sadistic, but it's part of the game. And we have that melodious voice. Mr. Jace has returned to us after a session off. Welcome back, sir. Thank you.
Hi, I hope I'm not dead.
No, Allison managed to keep you alive somehow.
Yeah, I'll have to listen back to that and see how that went.
Fair enough. We are, however, going to be missing Chris for a few minutes. He's apparently he's got to work. I'm gonna blame him. Yeah, no kidding.
Having a job.
It's fine.
Paying taxes.
For the healer, he's got no spell slots left, no abilities to heal anybody anyways, so it is irrelevant whether or not he's here. So we're gonna get into the recap. Well, Chris isn't here. We're gonna let you guys take the roll, see who gets to count it. Good roll. All right, Ryan, you get to cover it. And if you want to, just as part of the recap, remind us why you guys are in this predicament in the first place. What are you even doing here?
Well, as far as I know, as far as I remember, we are attempting to retrieve. Well, the overall goal was to get to the Temple of, if I can pronounce it correctly, Aquia, to retrieve a special glaive, and in the dead zone we went through the Camp Hummingbird and all of this. I'm not describing this very well at all, but it's we went through a bunch of bad stuff. Like
that's right. I'm glad you took notes. Careful and detailed notes.
I see them right there.
I rely on my brain, and I should not.
He's got a 3x5 note card. The only notes anybody's taken in the entire party,
and they were from the last game that we played.
He's also got an Etch-a-Sketch.
Well played, sir. I did not... See, you sit across the table. I can't see that.
Well, maybe you should ask next time before you just assume. It's 2021, Robert.
Hey, I played with him for 3 years. He didn't take a single note ever. Nope. I'm allowed to make assumptions, all right?
I forgot to use how my legacy weapon got worked.
That's a thing. Saber was a special breed of special. Keep going, you're doing great.
Okay, God, that's awesome. Okay, so basically, yeah, we went through several horror movies. Got my taint punched by a swamp and swore at it.
I was there for that part. I remember that.
And once we crossed that, we were overwhelmed by zombies. And
first, you got to fight a revenant.
Oh, that's right.
We
did fight a revenant. And
you successfully didn't kill somebody, which is a great success.
Oh yeah, Costas. Yeah, we ran into Costas and didn't murder her. And let's see, what else happened after that? Skipping ahead to the zombies. Did I say zombies? Yeah. Okay, so we got overrun, nearly died. Got through that, fought a big old goop monster, and now...
Robert's away from the table, so I'm going to retcon everyone's at full HP.
And now I rescued Dexter from death and had to retcon my apology, so he is really pissed off at me. Was save Costas or apologize? And I chose to save Costas. And as of that... I think that's pretty much where we left off. If anybody wants to fill in, I know I missed a lot.
Anybody else? Steve? Anything to add?
Just after I woke up, I did end up handing off the only potion I had to Dendron.
That's me.
Yeah, and gave you the choice of what you're doing with it, and your spiritual character went and gave it to Chris because I didn't give two shits about Chris anymore, or Gronk. Sorry.
Subtle difference.
Yeah, you gave it to Gronk because I didn't give two shits about him anymore, along with Richthofen? No, Richter.
You know what? You can call me whatever you want. That's
Richter.
Honey, sweetie.
Yeah.
Come here, bitch.
And then it ended where we were kind of all stumbling towards the church, I believe.
Well, you guys were on the
Or-
crossroads where you could either take the cobblestone path towards the temple, or you could follow the little better, just overrun with some overgrowth, the snow that's freshly fallen over the last couple of days, into the city proper. It is your choice, but from the sounds of it, when we last left, we were thinking about maybe heading to that temple.
I do remember that we stopped where there was a couple characters sitting up by fire.
Yes. You guys made it all the way to the fireplace. Campfire, if I described it accurately enough. You guys make it to the entryway of this grand temple. If you guys refer to the map-ish, as you guys approach up this cobblestone path, again, fresh snow falling in the woods, largely undisturbed here, but there is a small fireplace with two figures sitting in front of it. One, this very smallish looking creature, one, this very large orcish looking creature, and they're laughing, they're kicked back, they're having a good time. They have kind of a pile of just different gear and stuff next to them, kind of off a little ways so nothing catches. But they're laughing, having a good time, and otherwise ahead of you is the entryway to the temple. I'm going to say go ahead, you guys.
Do I have any spells?
All of your spells are intact because I forgot that Thunderstep is a Misty Step with damage.
Yeah.
And when I was looking for Misty Step, I thought, like, hey, he doesn't have one. Good luck, Mr. Dendron.
I heard that Dendron was in a rough place, and instead of using Thunderstep, which is in his arsenal, he just decided to take a beating instead. So that was an interesting decision on his behalf.
In my defense, I had a lot going on. I could only help Allison so much as she helped run your character. It happens. So yeah, these the two that are sitting around the fire, they don't seem to currently notice you, but you do notice that the front door of the temple, this again large limestone built temple, kind of offset in the whites and the greens, the front door seems to be kind of propped open by a large rock or boulder of sorts.
okay. We should just walk right past. Not even acknowledge the people sitting there.
I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing. 'Cause when I left everybody to do what they needed to do, I just kind of kept going forward.
Mm-hmm.
So while everyone caught up to me, I'm still just kind of like trudging along.
So how close are you looking to like get up to the entryway here? Like, are you actually passing the? I'm going to set this right here. Are you passing the fire, or like to actually head in,
Yeah,
or?
I was gonna head in. I'm like, I
So-
want to go inside and rest. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, if that's the case, as you basically get parallel with the campfire and these two individuals, while you can't hear what they're saying because they're kind of talking amongst themselves, but you can see that they're obviously whatever they're doing is they're communicating and it's a good time. But the orc does kind of turn and, "Hey, come on over, take a load off. You don't want to be heading in there if you're not prepared."
What's in there?
Dead people. That's kind of a temple of death. Like, you're welcome to head in, but I'd recommend resting first. Come, sit, join us.
I'm going to do this thing we don't do very often. It's called an insight check. Because I've learned many lessons.
No, you haven't. You have
Oh,
learned
dude,
one
give
lesson.
like 3 sessions, and I'm just gonna go back to blindly believing everything everyone says. That is 13.
Yeah, they seem warm and friendly. They seem jovial and greeting.
How the hell did you get here?
At this point, the halfling kind of kicks in. Yeah, well, we were supposed to be coming in here, probably 2 weeks ago, and I'm not gonna lie, we lost. We were coming and get this glaive thing for one of our employers back in Kaladesh, and yeah, that didn't go great for us. So we don't know how to get out. So we're just making the best of what we can. And you can see he looks trashed at this point. He looks gleeful and excitable and terrified and just like he's making the best of a really bad day.
How long have you guys been out here?
We've been out here for about 2 days. We got here, what? And he kind of turns to his orcish friends. We've been here came through about 2 weeks ago. We made it in. The last guy in our group kind of fell in the temple. So we came back out, and we just don't really have the resources to get back out of here. So yeah, we're kind of stuck.
So your plan was to just sit around a fire and wither to nothing.
At this point, yep.
I don't know if I
At
like
this point,
haircut.
at this point, and you do see like they seem to have for 2 people they have about 4 or 5 bags of just stuff and rations, and you actually see they have like different hodgepodge of like armors and a few kind of rusted weapons, or one's got a pretty decent looking shield, but just different gear that they have. They actually have sticking out of them looks like this weird kind of cloth that has different like random patches that you see on it. Kind of looks off-putting for what it is, or not off-putting, but out of sorts for what it is. But it's kind of tucked into like jammed in the side of one of the backpacks.
And I'm sorry again. How many of them are there?
How many who?
You.
Well,
how
we
many
came in.
How many people are sitting in front of me?
Oh, there's 2 of them. So there's the halfling and an orcish fellow. And he said they came in with 5. 2 fell in the forest. They tried to go in. 1 fell in the temple, and they just like, nope, we're out, done.
So, funny story. We're going in to get the glaive.
That's a terrible idea. Don't bother. If you made it in, you should just leave.
Okay, so my question is, let's say I go in there, right? And I come out with a new glaive, and you're still out here. What are you gonna do?
Hope you can get us out.
Yeah?
That'd be great.
You don't care about your mission to come in here anymore? You no longer desire to walk out with the glaive?
We don't make enough to get that. No.
I'm gonna do another insight check.
While that's going on, I'm
Much
gonna crash down by the fire and take a little nap.
I just need to know if I need to kill these guys now or later. For my insight, that is a 17, 18, 19.
Yeah, as much as with both of them, just they both look lost in their troubles. The orcish guy is trying to you can tell he's trying to keep himself put together a little bit more. Halfling, absolutely not. He's tanked and he is just ready to ride this until he dies. He's completely done. The odd part with this insight, you do notice when you guys left that forest area and basically hit the road, none of the undead followed you. This place has been completely warded off for protected in some fashion. Now these guys, if they've been here for 2 weeks, something's either off or that it is a safe zone. But from what you can tell, he seems fairly honest. Like he's on the level. He doesn't know what better to do than to just stay here and either die happy and full or just go get shredded out in the forest. Like he doesn't have a better option.
I just wanted to make sure that if we go in there and get the glaive and come out, like, beat to piss, that they're not gonna, like, kick us over down and take the glaive.
I mean, yeah, at this point,
Seemingly,
from
that
what
would
you
be
can
the
tell,
case.
he does not want to be here, but he doesn't really have another option, and
Sure.
he clearly believes that whatever employer sent him to do this was not worth it, does not care, screw that guy, I'm going home.
Fair enough.
So whether or not you guys are buying their story or whether or not you want to actually stay around the fire for the night, I'll leave that to you guys.
I'd want to ask them, so what's the deal with the undead not walking over here? What's stopping them?
We have no idea. See, when we came in here, they kind of just stopped. And then when we went in, every time we tried to get to the next room or next area, everything kind of just fell apart.
So let me get this
Just
straight. You never made it past the first room.
No, the second room. We went in and then we went north. And the walls started screaming at us and our friend's head just sort of went and we're like, nope, we're out and left.
I'm gonna do a medicine check to figure what is. How does the alphabet work? That's a 12. Do I have any idea what
You're just assuming kind of exploded
Okay,
or just
sure.
not a good normally when heads go and he shows his head peeling apart like a grapefruit, probably not a good thing. Probably not healthy. But walls screaming probably isn't also a healthy thing.
I'll be replaced.
Yeah. So you said you're laying down to kind of nestle in.
Getting
Grunk
ready
is
to-
absolutely he's spent, he's hurt, he was almost dead. He's willing to take a rest if you guys are down for it. And he kind of turns to yourself and's like, look, or what's Grunk's voice? I can't do Grunk's voice. I'm not going to do it.
I think you're going to take a nap or something.
Basically, very low and grumbly. He basically just said, look, we're not stopping. We're going to be going in here, but we need to not die doing it. Take a breather. Just even a short rest. Just take the hour to use hit dice, basically get healed. Even if that means if you don't want to take a long rest, he's willing to go in without spells. I did confirm with him beforehand. Yes, that is what he's willing to do, but he's in bad shape. You're in bad shape. You got hurt, I believe. I don't think you're dead.
Mm-mm.
I know you took at least the one hit. You're not fully recovered from it. And Costas, she is very hurt as well.
Yeah, she needs time to heal.
That's if it's not going to be a long rest to get all spells going fully prepared, a short rest is preferred.
Do we want to go for a short or long?
For a long.
I mean, if they've been here for 2 weeks, or I guess they left 2 weeks ago, they've been here for 2 days, and they haven't run into any issue.
And when's the last time we've had a decent long rest? We've been running for.
That was another
very
point. They did try to take a short rest, and I rolled a d8 to see how many tens of minutes was going to happen. They got to a 50-minute mark when they got swarmed again, so they had to keep
I do
moving.
have one level of exhaustion.
Yes, you do, because of you basically kept up and kept things going.
Yeah.
Not a bad thing, because it did save everybody, but
Yeah.
it was an unfortunate necessity.
Not only am I bleeding to death, but I was so fucking tired that
Well, I guess I ask you, Richter, what do you think we should do?
Well, I would prefer that we go in as prepared as possible. These guys seem harmless enough.
They do ask,
So that other guy with you? He went in there a few hours ago. Is he with you? I'd probably get him out. If he's going in on his own, you'd probably get him out.
Probably Zaylon or whatever.
Zala.
That's what I said.
An elvish-looking fellow.
darker complexion, I believe.
Let's say yes. I don't judge.
I'm asking you to describe, not judge.
Well, he was wearing this kind of longish hair,
Did
dark.
he have pointy, dark ears?
I don't know, they're under his hair, but he had these long, kind of flowing black robes. And he looked really tired, but he seemed to know what he was doing, so I'm like, F it.
I think he'll probably keep. But we'll look for him once we go in.
Yeah, Grunk just points out, like with the whole long rest versus short rest, is do we need to be concerned about him having a lot of extra time in there without being interrupted from whatever he's doing?
I mean, I'm good. I'm
that-
totally okay with a short rest, but
That's something that Costas actually mentions as well. Is despite her being very, very injured. Like, if he's getting to the glaive before you guys do, that could be a whole nother mess of issues. But at the same time, if you guys go in there and he's in better shape than you are, that's going to be over very quickly.
Hadn't considered that too. So
It's
kind of damned if we do, and we're damned if we don't. So.
Like I'm good.
Okay,
I'm
so-
good with either.
I passed out.
And it's decided.
So,
long and short.
He
Well,
can
whenever they
sleep.
wake me
Yeah,
up-
I was gonna say we'll wake him up when it's time to go.
yeah. So,
So I go to then you guys, long or short.
Short.
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine on a short. A short is more than enough for me, but I'm a special case.
Now, that said, these two do offer to take watch because they've been here the whole time. They're just going to drink. If you guys are just going to be here for an hour and want to sleep, like take a power nap,
Yeah,
they're willing to.
I don't think I need to sleep. I just need to relax, collect my thoughts, and
Okay.
move forward. So, if you want to get some sleep,
I think that's probably a good idea.
take out an hourglass. You're on the clock.
Yeah, the halfling tries to drink it. Just,
It's an hourglass. That's sand.
well, some people have water hourglasses. You don't know.
No, I do. You don't.
I've seen them. Don't question what
Don't
I've
touch my
seen.
things.
So you guys kind of bunker down, kind of move some of the snow, clear off some area for you guys to take your short rest. The one thing that you do notice as your hourglass fills up, I need you to, Dendron, please make a perception check.
That is a 19 on dice with an additional 5 for
24. I almost said 14.
So you don't know when this happened in this hour, but you're getting to the bottom of that hourglass, and you're looking around, and those two are just gone. Like, you don't know if you just looked the wrong way, if you blinked, or if you fell asleep. They're gone. There is one pack where they were, but there's no markings, no tracks, and it seems to be almost like recently covered with snow. Looks like it was fresh fallen snow on this pack.
And I can still see everyone I'm traveling with.
Mhm. Yep.
Neat. We'll talk about this when we all wake up. Because I'm not doing shit.
I immediately start touching everything.
I opened the pack by dumping it on myself. Whatever's in there.
Is now showering.
Hypodermic needles, it's fine.
The hourglass completes, the last crane's falling. You walk around, waking each person up. You said you went to sleep? You went to sleep or you just rested?
Sleep.
Chris said he went to sleep. For you three, get the effects of a long rest.
okay.
So, please, whatever long rest entails for you, please have that accounted for. For yourself, you get your equivalent to a short rest, which is most of what you need
Essentially a long
anyways.
Rest, yeah.
So, but if there's any hit dice you're burning as part of that,
Yep.
that does come off
Yep,
your hit
yep.
dice total.
All good.
Yeah, you guys do not see the halfling and orc friend. You see the pack sitting. Looks like it has been there for weeks and is covered in a fresh layer of fallen snow. But it's the pack that seems to have kind of that awkward cloth thing sticking out of it, and it seems to be kind of bulky and kind of chunky around it.
Set it on fire.
That's fair. And whatever was in there no longer has.
I mean, it's weird to me that they just gone in this undisturbed pack and undisturbed ground around the fire where they once were. It's a little concerning. I don't know if we want to fuck with the bag, to be completely honest.
Yeah. But loot. Irresistible. I'm gonna rifle through the bag. I'm not gonna take anything. I'm just gonna rifle through it and see what's
Investigation check, please.
in there. Let's see. What do we got? Plus on investigation. Plus 1. 15.
Don't you want your character to be like an investigative type? Isn't that what you're going for?
Yeah.
And sorry, what did you say? You have a bonus on?
+1.
+1.
Just making sure I was putting 2 and 2 together effectively.
The first thing that you notice, there is a just crammed in, as best as possible, a set of chainmail armor. Oh no, there it is. The next thing you see is this long, kind of brownish robe sticking out of it that just has, it seems to have these awkward patches just sewn in all over the place.
Okay. So chainmail and
The other thing that you find is about 6 days worth of rations and enough camping supplies to last somebody to comfortably camp for about a week.
I want to check and see if the armor or the cloak have any magical properties to them. Just
Go ahead and
generic
go for Arcana. Do one for each. First chainmail.
That is a 13.
Okay.
That is 14.
Yeah, the chainmail doesn't seem to really have any magicalness on it. It seems like it was just something that was kind of cobbled together, whether it was off bodies out here or if it was just... You don't really know. There seems like there might be something magical about the robe, but what it is, you've not seen this.
It's not an ordinary robe.
Yeah, there's something off on it, but you don't. Hell if you know.
Sure.
But it could.
I relayed that to you.
There's
The armor
you
doesn't
do
seem to be
can see
much,
you can see a lot of the patches. You see a patch of like a dagger. You see a patch of looks like just some twined up or spooled up rope. You see one looks like it's got a scroll. You see a patch of a ladder. You see a patch of an iron door. Just a hodgepodge of different things.
okay.
Odd game,
I do too.
I'm going to find
That's the one that Allison thought up that I should give you. I'm like, well, it's already kind of a thing, so sure.
I mean, that's not an uncommon thing, is it?
Technically, it's exactly uncommon.
But I mean, like, it's not like it would be something that we've heard of before.
I think collaborative, like when you're figuring out, I was like, well, this is magic, and then as a group, you put your heads together and like, oh, that.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a robe of useful items.
Got it.
I can even give you the list of things if you wanted to, because you can look at the robe.
Do you
Let me see if it's
need that? Is that point to the chainmail?
Not at all. It's all yours.
Okay. Like when I finally put new armor on. I've now been upgraded by 1 point.
Oh, you put on the chainmail?
Nice.
It's cursed. Damn it. Kidding.
Wonders items. Sorry, what is the actual name of it?
Robe of useful items. Learn an alphabet for you and me.
Yeah, it's not bad, man.
Otherwise, if it's not that, I can get the exact. Yeah, it's all. I already randomly rolled everything on it, so I will save this, but I'll quick read you the list of what's on there.
Mm-hmm.
There are 2 daggers, 2 bullseye lanterns, 2 steel mirrors, 2 lengths of 50-foot hemp rope, 2 10-foot poles, 2 sacks. Then there is.
So 2 of everything?
Nope. There are. This just happens to be what I got 2 of because it's stuff that's randomly rolled.
2 of all the primary things.
Yes, there are 2 different scrolls. There are 2 patches that each have 100 gold on it. There is a silver coffer that contains 500 gold on it. There's 1 patch that has, I'm sorry, 4 patches that have healing potions on it. There's a 24-foot wooden ladder, a rowboat, an iron door, 10 patches that have 100 gold gems, and a
Sorry, you
10-foot
said
pit.
10?
10 of them, yes. 100 gold gems.
Idiot.
And then a 10-foot cubed pit. Kind of Wile E. Coyote style. You could throw a pit on the ground.
Dang, this is really a robe of useful items.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know when you're going to use the iron door, but I wish you luck.
So just
I have no doubt.
If there's a Minotaur coming at you, we'll put that door down.
And the pit right behind it.
So no portable ram, no window, no mastiffs.
Nope.
Okay. You said 2 spell scrolls.
Yep.
1 rowboat,
Yep.
4 portions of healing.
Yes.
The pit.
Yep.
No horse.
Nope.
You said 2 wooden ladders?
1 wooden ladder.
1 wooden ladder.
It's a 24-foot tall ladder.
Then the 10 gems, the iron door, a silver coffer, and 2 bags of 100 gold.
Yep.
2 sacks, 2 ropes, 2 10-foot poles, 2 steel mirrors, 2 bullseye lanterns, and 2 daggers.
You got it.
Okay.
So I don't know if anybody wants to wear that or not, because you do have to have it worn to get the items. You can't just tear it off out of the backpack.
I'm not wearing it. It's hideous.
It is horribly hideous. For those who've never
I feel like
it.
Gronk would be like, oh, quite like it.
Robe
Very stylish.
of useful items. Go. Google image search.
Thing is, he'd also be the one that would probably use all the stuff on it.
Looks like that.
Oh.
Not
so,
a stellar looking robe.
Yeah, so a kid's pajamas is what it looks like.
It looks like bad kid pajamas. That's a great description of that. And yeah, you're uncertain what the scrolls are, but they are something that as you pull them, they have to be used, so good luck on that, making that decision. Yes, that is what you have acquired out of this backpack. And then on top of all of that stuff, you have a backpack. But normally people would use that to carry the camping gear and the food rations that you just got. Or you just leave that there. The one thing you also notice with your investigation is on the front, kind of the overlay for the top, there's emblazoned on the side just this massive phoenix kind of stamped into leather.
Okay.
All right. Well, first things first. I'm going to.
Let's see if I recognize that.
What are you rolling?
History, which
Okay.
is 8.
I mean, you recognize it, a phoenix, but you're not
Yeah.
nothing about this pose or the stance or the picture itself.
Yeah.
So, sorry. But yeah, are you guys looking to keep kicking it at the camp, or are you guys moving on in?
Well, since we're long, first off, I'm going to find the nearest piece of paper on my person or around. I'm going to write a note, borrowing your robe, leaving it in the backpack.
Okay.
I'm taking the backpack. I mean, I'm gonna take a couple of the rations from the backpack.
No, I'm just.
Are we actually not taking the bag?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'll take the backpack. Yeah,
I
I'll
will
take
not.
it.
I will take back my note.
Put it underneath the rock.
Just write it in the snow.
Well, most of it, well, man, here.
Took your bag, BRB.
All right. You guys are heading into the Temple of Infeaqua then. I'm gonna back up some of the map here. My awesome and stellar art skills, which are garbage. There we go. As you guys enter this first chamber, you can see right away, I mean, it's about 15 feet deep, about 25 feet wide, and about 20 feet tall, this large kind of initial entryway. It is this brilliant, bright green rock carved out, and within the rock itself you can almost see just moving illustrations of just different events. The erection of this grand mage tower. You see history of a bunch of different events all happening in front of you. But then at each side of the chamber, you see these large iron doors that would lead into whatever is next. And based on the initial description, the guys outside said that they went to the left, got to the first room, and nope, they noped right on out. But in front of each doorway, you see small, kind of luminescent blue sigils mapped out onto the floor in front of each one. In each corner, you guys see about 5.5 feet tall, what looks to be almost like elven soldiers in different poses. Some look like they're in more of like a battle strike pose. Some look in a very reverent and at rest pose. Whether or not they're emulating or trying to mean something for what's happening within the walls themselves, you're uncertain. But in front of you, there are 5 of these kind of tall clay statues. Otherwise, a fairly barren room, especially for something that is as revered as has kind of been led on in original descriptions. I would like to know, quick marching order or general, where you guys would be standing within this temple, and whether or not you have Shadow Richter out.
No Shadow Richter.
Costas is kind of placing herself in the middle to front.
Also in the middle.
Everyone takes the middle.
Well, we're not in quite yet. Okay, so.
I'm just asking general, where do you, either a marching order or where are you standing? Because you guys are going into this room. I don't know where you're, who's going where? Place
Going
yourselves.
first.
And I'll go right after.
Going right here?
Yep.
Okay. Costas is going to take the flank, then brings up, where are you going? Are you going in or are you going to stay in the doorway?
I'll stay next to the door
On the inside or the outside?
on the inside.
And then that leaves Chris in kind of the entryway, but in the outside of the door.
What is it, guys? Who's in there?
Yeah, you guys, you don't really see a whole lot of anything. It's no tapestries, no art. It seems to be this living art within the walls. You don't see the screaming wall. You just see these little sigils marked into the ground in front of each doorway. These large iron doors. Otherwise, an empty chamber.
I got a 12 on a history check. The clay statues, the armor or robes or whatever that they're wearing, or is there any intricacies or anything that I would recognize to be like, this is this religion or this nation or anything along those lines?
Okay. And you said you got a 12?
I got a 12.
The one thing you do notice is out of the 4 statues around the corner, each one has a different kind of crest on it, where they all seem to have something very similar in the shape and the make, but one has, you see, a drake, one has a boar, one has an impala, and then one has an elk.
Thinking about 66 Impala.
Yes. One has a 66 impala.
Nice. I high five the clay statue.
Yeah, but as far as any ties to a religion or anything like that, you're uncertain from that end.
Okay.
Namely because of how kind of old this place is and how long it's been out of practice. The one thing that you guys do recall is that Xenia did mention that the Drake will not get the glaive. And then she went after Costas.
But I'd like to still note that I am still carrying the shield and the rapier from the previous fight.
Yep. Understood. So no
Not
halberd.
right now.
Got it.
And I'm going to go straight ahead to the first door.
So this is the one that they said that they went through. You're going through the front one.
I'm going to look at the thing on the floor.
So you going on the square, or are you gonna stay outside of it and look at it?
I'm going to kneel over it with kind of the shield up. Because I'm expecting like the soldier or something's going to come crashing down, so like shield up while examining the signal.
Okay.
So on it.
All right. As you step onto that and you see this small kind of softball-sized sigil begins to glow, and then it rapidly expands to the entire kind of width of your stance and sends up this kind of soft mist of blue to surround you, and the door opens up in front of you, leading to another kind of antechamber. But this one you do see a head, a kind of elongated, almost looks like a sarcophagus of sorts. So I will reveal just a little bit more. And and it's the sarcophagus is going a long way, so you're kind of at the base of it. But then at the far end, you do see what looks to almost be a petrified orcish individual that is you can just see over like the top of the sarcophagus. You can kind of see the head, and it just seems to be kind of in a like sitting down, knees up, and it's kind of resting on his knees, but completely petrified. If you were to take a mummy and take off the bandages, kind of looks like that.
The room that the rest of us are in, are any of the other doors open?
No.
Okay.
The only thing that you guys see is the one is now got a kind of this column of light surrounding him in this soft blue.
Mm-hmm.
The door opened up to present that narrow area.
Lights are lost. I look at the little statues and I see if any of them have
Within your current room? Or
in the current room,
okay.
not in the front.
Yep.
To see if any of them have moved.
Perception check.
Yeah, that's a 7.
Yeah,
swear to
no,
God,
just
you see one of them winking.
like you're trying to keep an eye out, but you're kind of figuring your shield's in the way a little bit from where you're trying to keep your eye on it.
Okay.
And yeah, you're not seeing any particular movement from within. It looks like there hasn't been movement through here in a long time.
Is there noticeable like dust on the sarcophagus at all?
I'm gonna go with it. Are you going into there
No.
then, or you're staying out?
I'm staying out. I'm just seeing if it's still there. Like, if it's noticeable enough. You know, it's been a few thousand years, so.
I'm gonna go ahead and make an investigation check instead of perception. And
Whoa.
yeah, this place looks dingy. You kind of get that waft of just musty, just kind of stale air kind of pressing out from within the chamber.
Is there dust on the floor?
As far as you can tell, yes.
Is there any disturbances in the dust on the floor, like footprints or anything?
Go ahead and make investigation.
I would say that's probably not great. What is the output where? Did I get a +5 or 12?
Not that you can see.
Okay.
I mean, this place, especially like as this thing opened, you kind of got that initial blast of that stale air, and you kind of the dust kicked up a little bit, and you're on your knee hacking and coughing as this thing is starting to glow up around you. And from what you can tell, this has been an undisturbed tomb for some time.
Alright, and then last question. On the other side of the door, on the floor, is there another sigil?
There is not.
Okay. I back off.
Yeah, the reason that I was asking about the footprints is...
You're backing off of it?
Yep, I back off.
I was looking
Door
to
shuts.
see whether or not Homeboy had been through there. So I want to, if we can, Cube style, if anybody's seen the movie Cube from the late 90s, look at the rooms and try and figure out if anybody...
No,
had
but
been
there's a
through there.
YouTube video that's now in my queue that tells me how to beat the cube. Haven't seen it, and I have no idea what it's referring to, but it's in it's in a queue. I just learned how to beat the death circle and how to beat the 100 or 300 and some floor like hellhole. Like I don't know. All these it's walking through all the horror movies and all the death puzzles, how to beat them.
Nice.
All of them, you can't. They're set up for you to lose. Spoiler alert.
Do we want to check the other rooms?
I have an idea.
Okay, what's your idea?
I'm gonna hug a statue.
Okay.
Which one? Again. Drake, boar, impala, and elk.
Now, you said in this room there was a...
The only statue, or you don't see a statue, you just see one figure down on the far end of the
Did you say
the
it was
chamber.
like an orc at all, or no?
You could not tell from again.
It
It's on
used
the
to
other
be.
side. It used to be something clearly, but it's beyond that point of decay. Like you don't even the clothes have been completely eaten away. Like you can't really tell.
This
What?
is a fused to the toilet seat situation.
Yes.
Got it.
Basically.
I believe we can pick the statues up and put them on the sigils on the ground. No, act as a doorway.
Interesting. Yeah.
But
Good shot.
with their designs, probably have to be a certain one.
Yeah, you think it's got to be a specific one, a specific sigil.
Yeah.
The sigils that are on the floor, are they do they look like they might belong to a language? Does it look like it's like a symbology thing? Like it doesn't like match the symbols on the chess pieces of these like statues or anything like that, does it?
It doesn't. It just seems to be just arcane ruins.
Okay. So it's not like in any particular language or anything like that.
No, just the language of magic.
Magic user.
The guy who has to beg somebody every day for
Yeah,
please give me something more than 2 spells.
Yeah, I'm doing this thing called extortion, where I'm telling somebody I'll do a thing and they give me power.
No, vampirism, the best pyramid scheme in the world.
Yeah.
Right? I had to think about that. Wait a minute. You mean a top guy makes more guys to make more guys to make more guys, so I'll give the top guy power? Yeah, that's absolutely a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought?
Okay, so they went left and immediately,
Well, they went left, and the walls started screaming at them.
I mean, we can try and see if we can, place a statue on thing and just see what happens. But yeah, you might be right that it might be important which one we grab, but there doesn't seem to be, at least at face value, anything that would indicate which one should go where. So
I could
eeny meeny.
I could walk in and stay out.
I would like to make an investigation check on the statues to see if I'm gonna give them a pretty serious once-over to see if I can if anything on them corresponds to anything on the floor.
Are you starting with anyone in particular, or are you just going for it?
The one that's nearest to me.
Which one's the cutest?
Nearest you? Okay, so in order then, it is the boar is over here, the elk is in the top left, the drake is in the top right, and the impala is in the bottom right.
Okay, so we'll have a look at the boar. Oh, how about a dirty 20?
Looking this over, you're not seeing anything extra special. They seem to be mobile if you're strong enough to pick them up, as these things are made out of clay. It's possible. It's just gonna
It's cumbersome, but not impossible to move.
Okay.
just a pain in the butt to do.
Alright, so nothing that corresponds to them. Is there anything on the doors themselves? Or is it just the sigils on the floor?
Yeah, it's just a plain iron door. They seem just heavy to move. You don't really see any other way in, but as soon as somebody gets on one of those sigils, door opens up and presents a room.
So I slipped into Resident Evil mode here with the pulling the statues and circles.
Yeah.
I get it.
I want to do an Arcana check on one of the sigils. Probably the one that he was on previously.
Mhm.
See if I can glean any information. That is a dirty 20.
And you said Arcana on the sigils? Okay. So other than it seems to be obviously attuned to the door. It seems to also be attuned that in such a way that if for some reason this magic is no longer active, it triggers something within the room. As far as what that is, you're not quite piecing that one together.
Do I cast Dispel Magic?
You can certainly try. It's worth a shot. But yeah,
The fact
you
that
could
something
definitively
triggers
know
makes
that.
me feel like that's probably not a good idea.
Yeah, you know that if something's on there, the door opens. If it gets off, the door shuts and something happens within the room. The other part that you do see as you guys are kind of reinvestigating, I kind of pictured in like Grunk goes and like jumps on, jumps off, and doing like Grunk testing. You guys do see when you were looking at the symbols out here, these two didn't light up on the east and west. They didn't light up when you were on this, but the inside, the one over here lit up, nothing over here lit up. So there's also a sigil in front of that door, not in front of the right door.
Interesting. So that would lead me to believe that once the sigil... So, okay, when he jumps off the sigil, does it glow again?
The inside?
This one that he's on.
Yeah, so if he is on this door opens and you can see a sigil lit up over here.
Right.
On the left, you do not see anything on the right. If he jumps off, it goes out, the door shuts, and you don't see anything within the chamber.
But the one in front of the door that was just open is no longer on.
Correct.
It is no longer lit up.
Yep.
So that leads me to believe that once the door has been gone through, the light shuts off. So if they went to the left and the room to the right is off, that tells me homeboy went to the right.
But again, yeah, every time you step on it, it lights up. Every time you step off of it, it goes out. It's literally, if you're standing on it, it's lit. If you're not standing on it, it's out.
Okay, but across the room, one is lit up when the door is open.
Yes.
Okay, I misunderstood.
I apologize for not describing it well.
So what would happen if we put the statues on all of the sigils at the same time?
I guess we.
I mean, you haven't put any of them,
let's
so you want to
grab
try that
one
first?
of them and put it on the one that we're messing with to see.
Alright.
So which one and what you're putting it on the forward one, the northmost. I will represent that with the cursed D20. Which one are you putting on there?
Well, the goop monster said the drake will not take the glaive, so I think we should leave that one alone.
What if the Drake statue has to make it all the way to the end?
So you're gonna drag a Drake statue all the way to the end?
You pick that up and carry it with you. You put that right in your pocket.
Okay. Like 12.
No. A little heavy for that. You go to just like lift it in general just to even make a joke of it. Just like, oh, my back. That was a bad idea.
Okay, well, how's about... I'm going to try to push the boar statue.
Go ahead and make a strength athletics check.
I'm the best guy to be doing strength checks.
-1.
But athletics and a -1 on athletics. Okay. That would be a 10.
Yeah, you get behind it, and you don't know if it's just been the years of just kind of melding it into place with all the dust and dirt.
I
But it's
go
not moving.
to help him push with another 10.
Yeah, you guys are pushing, not making a whole lot of progress. There's one person here who has a positive strength, so
It's not me. Are you gonna help us move the statue?
Let's go. No, okay. I'll walk over.
so you guys are moving the boar over to the top side. Strength check, and with these guys helping, you can roll with an advantage, as much help as they think they might be able to muster.
14.
You're starting to get it budged, but you guys you get it moved as you guys are trying to pull this. Are you moving it over this one first, or you guys moving it back, or kind of kitty corner?
The path of least resistance. It's
So,
heavy.
fair enough, kitty corner. Yeah, you guys make it a square. Go ahead and make another strength with advantage. No, you got it on that one. Yeah, so you guys get this thing over, and as you guys are like muscling it, moving it over, you see the land this statue with the boar insignia, and you can see this thing is got the weapon, and he's in more of a like the upright kind of battle stance. So he's going to take a power swing with the greatsword, but it does not light up.
How brittle are these statues?
It seems to be made of a sturdy clay.
I go up to the greatsword and I go and I snap off the end of the sword so that he's now holding a hilt.
Are you doing a strength check, or are you going to just blast it off with Eldritch Blast?
I'll take out the rapier and take a swipe at it. This can't go wrong.
Back away. I'll start looking at the other statues.
+8 for 12.
Yeah, you connect, and your rapier's magical, and it just kind of pokes a hole right through. And
Yeah, no, I'm just picturing like it just like swipe, like the long. So
Oh,
I'm
you're
picturing
just-
like a great sword. I'm just kind of like cutting it off there, like near
Fair
the hilt.
enough. Fair
so
enough.
That if it does come to life, it's swinging a hilt at me instead
Yeah.
of a great sword. I'm going to do a similar disarmament of the rest of the clay statues.
Yeah, it won't take you long to get through all those. They are clay, but they are clay that has been active for a long time, or not active, but made for a long time. They fall apart easy enough. Does not take a lot of effort.
I'm gonna go stand on this one.
just borrow over here. Well, yeah, you guys see an empty room, about 10 feet by 15 feet. And a sigil is glowing up over here.
Similar, I guess, investigation check to see if there's any disruption of the like dust on the floor, like footprints. I got a
And
16.
Not that you can see. You just see the sigil, and then over by the other door, right in front of it, you see another one glowing on the floor.
Okay, so how's about... While he's standing on that one, I'm going to stand on this one, see what happens with that.
Opens up. Sigil's glowing over here.
But
I'll
nothing...
just because they are blue, I'm going to put blue sigil and blue sigil. And we'll do blue sigil and blue sigil and a blue sigil. Hooray! Just to mark them.
Okay. So by standing on them, nothing lit up in that other room.
Nope.
Okay, good to know. I will take a step off.
Shots.
Who wants to be a guinea pig and go into the room?
As long as someone stays on the sigil, and he goes back on it after a little bit. Alright.
That can be arranged. Which one do we want to go into? Sarcophagus or empty room? For whatever reason, empty room is more ominous than
Yeah,
sarcophagus.
I was thinking
room.
that too.
Yes.
Grunk, just for ease, Grunk is going to just pop onto this one here. And
This was the room where the walls
this is the
were
screaming one, but this one has a sarcophagus in it. So screaming walls, a sarcophagus, and I don't know what all.
I go with this one.
You're stepping within it?
Yeah.
Who's standing on the sigil, or nobody's standing on the
I
sigil?
thought we had the statue on that one.
It didn't do anything.
It didn't do anything? Okay.
Nope.
That's why I disarmed them. They're here for a reason, goddammit, and I'm not going to find out.
So, are you going in solo, or is somebody standing on there? I mean, Grunk is willing to, just to keep you safe, because if you go down, he needs to be able to get you back up.
We've already began to defile this place. Do we want to break down these statues fully just to make sure that there isn't anything else to them?
No. I think they're probably something we need. And if not, they're nothing.
They're either useful, or they're absolutely nothing.
I turn back and I say, count to 30, or get off the sigil after I go in and count to 30. Then go back on
How about we count to 6?
it. Okay. Fine. 6.
Where are you going within the room, by the way? Are you going straight to the other one?
I
So,
will
hops
go
off.
diagonal 1 square.
All right. A door shuts behind you. I would like you to please roll a dexterity saving throw.
One Mississippi.
14.
Simple enough. As you go to take your first step kind of over across the way, you realize that that first kind of immediate area in front of that sarcophagus has some form of illusion covering a pit, but you catch yourself and kind of push your way across, going kitty corner over here, but you do catch yourself. You are fine.
So the square in front of the doorway is an illusion. The one that you went to is solid.
So I'm going to go, just to mark it with a friendly X, is an illusion.
Good thing you picked that one.
2 Mississippi.
Are you doing anything else during this turn?
I
Nothing else is happening? You are getting a better look at this body that's on the other side. The little bit of robes that you, or the little bit of cloth that you can see, it has a lot of white. You can see almost like finer silks would have been used at this, but you can't really make anything out as far as symbols. But you do see a small chain around the figure's neck. No medallion or anything on it, but it has a chain still there.
Is there any markings on a sarcophagus?
3 Mississippi.
What language do you know?
Goblin, Elvish, Common, Dwarvish, and Giant.
You do see a small plaque on the side. You're unable to read it.
Okay. I attempt to memorize the symbols
Okay.
and save that
The other
for
part is
later.
as the door shut, that sigil did go down.
So the one on the other door is now gone.
Yes.
Got it. I'm going to poke the square in front of me with my rapier.
For
and see
Mississippi.
if it's illusion.
Okay. Successfully.
Okay. Alright. I half step on it.
Nothing.
Alright. I move forward full square. And I attempt to take a better look at the figure.
Go ahead and make a quick perception check.
14.
And anything in particular you're looking for?
See if there's any symbolism on the robes at all.
Robes are all but decayed away. You're getting bits of scrap cloth,
Okay.
if anything.
I guess.
The best you can guess is this was probably an acolyte that got locked in here,
Okay.
but you're not really seeing much else.
Like I said, I kind of want to see racial features of any kind. That anything.
That's going to be a medicine check.
Okay.
You can do that on your next round, as it is now 6 seconds. You've not heard anything within. What are you looking to do? Or just have Gronk pop
Yep.
back on. Doors open. Now, since you were standing on that square, lights up. You are surrounded by a familiar kind of blue column of light, and you see another chamber with a sarcophagus within it. A door over here that does not have a sigil.
He was on the square that has the sigil.
I thought he said he was. He had moved up to it.
Oh, yeah.
He just wasn't.
Oh, okay.
This guy's falling down because I haven't balanced on a D10 and it just doesn't balance well.
Close enough. Yeah, now it opens up, and you guys can see there's now a door opened up.
Is there any lit up sigils in that room?
There is just hidden over here. I'll just mark it over here with a D4. Good luck balancing on that.
So this one that was lit up on the other side is not lit up at all.
No, it is not.
Got it.
Again, I just marked it there because when you guys stepped on this one, you could see it over there.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to keep moving stuff because that's just a pain in the bum. I just need to look up.
So it seems like we need to have somebody standing on the previous room in order for the next room's sigil to light up. So at no point the sigil here lit up. At no point.
Nope. You don't even see a sigil there.
Ah. So is that an open, or is it just
Nope, it's a door,
There's
it's
a
just
cutout
you
for a
don't-
door, but there's no
Yep.
sigil.
You see the door, or he can see the door specifically, but you're not seeing anything there. The
I'm gonna walk.
oh, you do see another plaque on the side of the sarcophagus as well, just as a heads up.
Okay.
But again, you're unable to read it at this time.
Got it.
I'm gonna walk up and I'm gonna do the same thing. Put like the half step to see if this is solid or if it is not solid.
Okay, it is very much not solid.
Okay.
Gonna do the hop, skip, and jump.
I just wanted to see if it
So-
was a situation where if the door closes, the floor falls out
Yep.
situation.
Nope. It is a pit that is covered with some form of an illusion.
I'm going to do an Arcana check to see if I can figure out the nature of the illusion. That is a 21. So I'm trying to.
Some form of a hallucinatory terrain that is just meant to deter break-in wannabes.
Is there a way that I can figure out like a potency of like?
Like a level?
Not maybe not necessarily level directly, but like is this like a simple illusion where I can just be like, oh yeah, this is clearly an illusion now that I've taken the time to look at it, or is it like if I wouldn't have put my foot on it, there's no way I would have recognized it as an illusion?
The latter.
Okay.
With a 21, it's the latter. This is well built, well constructed, and
Somebody took the
even
time to put
even
this
putting your
illusion in
foot through
place.
it, just like the illusion just doesn't dissipate. Like you can put your foot there and cognitively realize, I can't step here.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Got it.
But it doesn't go away. It just doesn't disappear from your
I
visage.
want to kind of take the rapier and reach across to the other corner to see whether or not that one is solid.
Solid.
I'm going to do the same thing, kind of poking my way around.
Yep. Everything you get to illusion across the other door.
Around on this side of the sarcophagus, is there a plaque?
Yes.
My language is Common, Elvish, Sylvan, and Primordial.
Make an intelligence check, please. Looking for a DC 13.
That is a 19 on dice.
You read the plaque. It's short, much shorter than the one that he mentions is in the next room, but it just says, "Join us in damnation."
In
Elven, sorry. And specifically a very
Elven?
old dialect of... Yes, I thought you said you did not have Elven.
That was on his list, yeah.
I apologize, you could have read that. I misspoke, and I will give you the text of what the next one says in a moment.
Got it.
But it's... I guess roll your intelligence check as to whether you'd actually figure it out. That's 13. Yeah, so...
your intelligence isn't a minus, is it?
0.
Okay.
Wait. It's 0?
So when you guys first got to Camp Hummingbird, and there was a few people there that you guys had to check with. Zao was one of them. Even Costas has a really thick accent for speaking Elven, that when she really gets moving in her Elven tongue, it gets really hard to understand. You can read this, but it seems like you're struggling to even just
Is it like
figure it
a
out.
chicken scratch kind of a thing, or is it like it's written in a script that's difficult to read?
It's like if you took
Northern versus
Think
Southern dialect.
that, or think more of like the Spanish language. Like you have Spanish, but then you have like Mexican Hispanic versus Portuguese Spanish. There's a very different dialect and different declensions used for different things, and it's just it's a language. It's not easy. You understood it and understand its meaning, but it took you a second to kind of piece that together.
How thick is the lid on the sarcophagus?
You're estimating probably 3-4 inches.
Too heavy for me to move. Got it.
It's a heavy thing. It looks like it can be opened. It's just it is a heavy thing. The script on the one that you can see, Steve, says only an insect would steal the glaive from a great sage.
That's an insect.
I can't wait to.
Or, I'm sorry,
when we
and I-
finally
hold on,
get it,
I
and
might have
then
misread
to
something.
fight
Hang on.
Steve for the glaive.
I'm sorry, I misread because I was thinking of something else. Only an insect would steal such a weapon from a great sage.
Got it.
Not that it matters specifically, but throwing it out there for sake of accuracy.
I want to move up and.
I will also point out now that you guys are really exploring the space. Up in here, in kind of each of the two far corners, in a small cutout, you guys can see in the limestone seems to have two more of these kind of clayish sentry figures, but both of them are resting hands on top of hilt to the ground with a shield flanked between them, or kind of covering the front of it. So they're in a very ornamental pose. But just for the sake of completion's sake.
Was there similar ones of the main chamber
Yeah,
as well?
so the Impala
Do
was...
these have a reglia in the chest?
Yes. These two have the elk.
Do we want to go back and try and put the elk on the sigil?
Yeah, or yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, well, we pretty much explored it. Yeah, why don't you retreat and then we can all just.
Do you think that's a good idea?
Yeah. Oops.
Oaken, I'm surprised he didn't poop. That's how hard he jumped when that.
Yeah, he's been getting better because due to some barking issues, we had to get a shark collar because he's struggled with that.
He's got a shark collar.
Darn it! I forgot. There's one other item that you guys got. You guys got a You guys got a potion in that bag. That
It's shark related. Put that in the notes.
Yes. I'll just tell you, it's a potion of sharkness.
Okay.
I had that even in my list of things that I just forgot to give you, and I'm an idiot.
You have the ability to smell blood from 3 miles away.
So, yes.
Joke's
Whoever
on you,
has
I
it,
can do that anyway.
somebody will say you guys figured it out, or there was a note. You have a
It's
potion.
just there's a label on the bottle.
Potion of sharkness.
Is this a typo?
You're unsure what that all means, but good luck.
Yeah.
So you guys are moving Impala over, or I'm sorry, not Impala, Elk over there?
we're moving Boar away.
I would like to know, are you guys all exiting the room, or are
Yes.
you guys... All right, we'll just move people off, knock everybody over for a little bit.
want to put the boar back where we found it?
Move them off the sides, man.
Okay.
and then we'll move the elk.
You guys move the elk. No change.
Damn.
Well, it's worth a shot.
I think it's the Impala.
Why?
Because the other two in the room are sitting at rest, and so is the Impala. To indicate that this room requires...
Well, so is the elk. Again, the elk and the Impala are the two that are at kind of a sentry rest, or ones that specifically had a sentry rest, which was the Impala. The elk had more of a defensive rest. The boar was in the pose of the greatsword, and then the drake had a kind of a spear at the ready.
Do we want to try and... Well, no. Never mind. I was going to say, do we want to try and take the elk in there? But, like, there's a pit. And we have to somehow get this
I encourage you to try.
That's how someone does. I want to try something really dumb. I'm going to... So I'm going to have somebody stand on the sigil. For the love of Christ, don't get off of it. I want to lay prone on this section here where the door comes through. I want to peek my head through the illusion.
Oh, that's
Okay.
That's not dumb. I was thinking about doing that myself.
Well, it's dumb
You
when
also-
I get my head lopped off.
Grunk reminds you guys that you have somebody with a shadow that can just go and duck in, that can fly.
Your shadow can fly?
Only if you clap.
Only if you believe in the spirit of Christmas.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, we'll split off. Split off. I'll give
I
him.
imagine I'm like getting down. And like whoa, that's dumb.
Here, this is dumb, but also cool. Okay, yeah. I will split off the shadow.
Percentages. How much health?
Actually, I'm gonna give him quite a bit. So,
99%.
let's see, we've got 51. I'm gonna give.
It's not the worst idea.
I'm gonna give him 40.
All right. And you
Go on a
kinda-
percentage where you can split one of your HP points in half because you don't have to round up.
So yeah, he'll
So you can stay back, and Shadow Richter's going in.
going in. And
It's about 10 feet deep, and it's just filled with spikes.
oh,
That's pretty basic. Looks like a lot of work went into the illusion. Not a lot of work went into the depth for it.
are there any occupants on the spikes?
Occupants. Are there any tenants of the spike room?
You'd have to count, but probably 2 or 3.
Okay.
How many arms do I see?
I would like you to make a perception check, though.
Sure. Let's see, 12 perception onto that. What was it? There we go. 14.
You do notice a clean rope, though. It's kind of mounted into the wall. Kind of like right on the edge of the middle of the wall.
I think I will have Shadow Richter pull it.
He pulls it. It's taut.
Nothing.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Where does
Okay.
it go to?
Like right up to the edge, like the top lip.
So
Is it?
somebody accidentally fell in it, but you knew the hole was there, so you grab the rope and then climb up before they fall to their death.
Maybe.
It's mounted like right towards the top, and it's
How is it fastened to the side of the pit?
it literally almost looks like it was melded into the stone. Like the stone would have just opened up and just swallowed it.
I wonder if that part of it is an illusion too.
Again, you guys. Okay, thank you. Again, you guys, you pull on it. It goes taut. Doesn't seem to be having a lot of give. Shadow Rector kind of touches the side, and it's
Solid.
It's there.
Okay.
There is stonework.
Right. Okay, so I relay that to everyone what I saw and remerge.
Well, by the way, how are the doors opening and closing? Are they sliding back and forth?
Yep,
They
they're sliding in,
Okay.
like melding, or the whole thing is sliding into the wall.
Okay. So, try to pry one of those open. So,
Yeah.
It's almost like it was designed that way.
yeah.
I want to have
Hit the stone
Gronk
inside.
hold this door open, and I want to go inside, and I want to get a good look at this decrepit sinew pile.
At this point, Incostus is kind of looking around both as a very nervous individual and starting to get a little impatient. She's like, look, we either need to get moving, like, and you can see almost like an uneasy sense. Just we need to go. We need to go. We need to go. I want to get out. I want to get out. Like she's getting very flustered by the lack of progress that we're making. Worried about the fact that Zhao's been here far too long. You guys haven't found him, and she does not want to be in here. She wants to get out of this temple as quickly as you guys are capable of.
I rolled
out.
a 23 persuasion. Shh.
Yeah, she goes quiet, but she's still. You can see her pacing in the second room.
I'm not trying to die, lady.
The one thing that she does, she's like, well, if I'm going to be quiet, I'm going to at least help. And she steps up and she's like, you guys said there's an illusion here. Like, she just like clearly hops over it and she's like, guys, there's an illusion here and there's an illusion over here. And she just starts walking through and she's like, you guys had a hard time reading this and it's super easy. She steps on this one and she points out an illusion over here.
And how do you know this? And why didn't you not tell us this sooner?
She's been in the back. You guys have been kind of crowding the doorway.
Okay, so how are you seeing this?
I don't know. She does not know how to describe it. It is clear as day to her. There is absolutely no illusion, or there is absolutely an illusion here. So I guess she points out. Holes in the floor.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing that she could do that?
I don't know. By that I mean I know, but I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, come on, you know you wanna.
By the way,
Of course I want to. I want you guys to figure it out.
We did forget to mention something in the weekend.
Okay.
Costas did have a dream or nightmare. Costas in the bubble, we don't know one. So I don't know if that...
Anything that you guys know as player, I'll let you go. You guys had a player for an NPC, so you guys are allowed to know it for anything that happened that session.
Okay. So I just remembered this. Don't know why it took this long, but she had a dream or nightmare, like I did, of this temple, and there was a priest and two people, I can't remember, and I believe the priest said they are coming.
That wasn't her. That was just a prologue.
Oh, okay.
That was just a generic prologue, but you're still welcome to share it because that was something that happened last session.
Okay. Then yeah, so the priest said that they are coming and to prepare either the glaive or prepare something, I can't remember.
Prepare the chamber.
The chamber. So that's what happened, and then the two other people went out and to prepare, and then it just ended there.
Okay. I'm gonna do a quick investigation on our pile of goo here.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 17.
Yeah, as you start to interact with it, it just starts to kind of crumble in your hands. It's like, oh, no, I regret this decision.
Okay, I press the digitation myself clean.
Yep, you're still,
And,
like, even after, just like, oh, it's touching me.
I trade places with Costas and I ask her to stand on the next sigil. Because she can see the illusion, so.
What that leads me to
You guys aren't
believe,
quite going that direction yet, but it's not too different.
if she can see all the traps, then she is meant to be here in some way.
Right, that's why I don't know
So,
if it's a good thing or bad thing. That's why she's
He
up
is
front.
here. He is here. We have these two in chamber 1. We have Richter and Dexter in chamber 1 with Grunk on the sigil. We have Dendrin in room 2 on the sigil. We have Costas on sigil 3. And you guys don't see everything in that second chamber
Right.
yet, or that final chamber.
How
but
about
it's-
we leapfrog? I can
So,
go in and stand
What
on
I'm
that
curious to see is, so let's say like somebody's like here, right? Can they like jump into this one before that door closes?
Mhm.
So they can, effectively, you can bring the whole party through. You don't have to leave someone behind every door.
Correct.
But
You don't have to.
But-
That might not be a terrible idea.
the sigil in the next room turns off. We can't activate it. So when you guys left me here, this one turned off.
That would have been real dumb if we did that.
So I'm going to take this.
Insert evil DM grid.
I'm going to start moving the Drake statue over to where Grunk is standing.
Okay. Are you calling them all back?
I'm moving another statue and replacing Gronk.
They'll
Yeah, we all
I'm just gonna leave you there for now, but same thing, nothing changes. So you guys got like a pile of statues around the sigil, but
So seemingly, I asked Costas, does anything seem off or on to these statues about you? Like,
other than ornamental, no.
okay.
The part that this is supposed to be deadly and full of traps, I'm just not gonna touch anything and hope for the best. Like, I'm not opening whatever's in that sarcophagus. I'm not touching it. I'm good. I'm
I
out.
think that's agreed.
Now that said, if you guys want to, I will stand over here and deal with it as it comes. I'm not touching it.
I don't think we should open it. So I guess
You either have the join us in damnation, or the only insects would take a weapon from a sage. Paraphrased.
Should we try to have her read the other sarcophaguses? Sarcophagi?
Well, again, you haven't seen this one. That's supposed to be
Well,
covered. I just
yeah.
moved my paper.
We know of that one for sure.
This one
We
over
haven't
here.
fully investigated that area.
Yeah, that one you have not gone into. Somebody message. Got a thumbs up. Hit that button. Hit that
who
button.
do we want to leave farthest away from us? Who's going to be able to just stay by the door? 'Cause seemingly we're going to have to whittle the party down. So there's 1, 2, 3 doors.
Oh, could I test
Presumably
something?
this being a fourth.
Seeing as how I can effectively be 2 people at once, does my shadow have enough weight to it that it can hold open the door, standing on sigil?
It does not have
Okay.
enough. It does not have enough to activate the
It's not
thing.
weight
But if
necessarily.
you
Yeah.
say are on it, you were able to control your shadow through.
What if we just need 2 statues on it? Let's put all 4 statues on it.
I mean, it might not be a bad idea, Richter, to leave you here and have you split your shadow off to come with us.
I think that, yeah. let's
Of
do
people that can be the farthest away, I think your ability to continue forward with us, even though you're back
Can
behind.
get you about 800 feet.
800 feet?
That's how far it can go, but you can only control. Basically, you're going to be giving it a command, and it's going to follow that set of commands if it hits past 120 feet.
Listen to Dentrin. That's your command.
That's actually not a bad idea.
So yeah, you have 120 feet of direct control, and then after that it goes up to 800 feet, but it's acting on whatever instructions you gave it.
Okay.
I'll even go further. It's simple instructions that you gave it.
All right. Yeah, I think that's the simplest instruction we can give it. Split off. I'll stand on that.
So you're going to take point 1.
Yep. And
Who's taking point 2? I'm probably thinking Grunk in the event that if you guys need to get out, he's ready and rearing to go for a
Burst heal.
not only a burst heal, but if he's the one who goes down somewhere in there, you guys are effed.
Yeah, true.
okay, and then yeah, I will give. My
And again,
shadow-
that was his choice when I described very, very briefly the theme, because I wanted. This is obviously an important decision. I'm not gonna leave that up to everything. Who's taking third point?
Being that I'm range, it makes sense for me to be farther away, but because it's around corners and
I will also
in
just.
rooms,
So I'm gonna mark these just for you guys have a statue. I can't make a star apparently. Statue. So these were the elk. We'll just write elk. Elk. These are the drake. So I'm just gonna move this out of the way.
What if we have to put this? No, that wouldn't make sense. Wait, maybe. What if we put the statues in the sarcophagus? What if they're empty?
You want to open them to find out?
Kinda.
Sure. I attempt to open that sarcophagus.
The one that says "Join me in damnation."
Yep.
Pulling everybody back through, or are you guys staying in here?
I think it would make sense for us to be in a position to do something.
Strength check, please.
That was impressive.
It was. 17.
Number 7.
We're all dead.
I need you to go ahead and make
I'm in
a
danger.
charisma saving throw of 18, please.
That was a 4.
That isn't going to do it.
Damn.
Charisma saving throws are
Bad saving throws.
Especially since
No
I have a
charisma
0.
saving throw isn't a good thing.
No, it does not. First thing first.
I'd rather make 10
Constitution saving throws than charisma saving throws.
You hear this kind of whirling gasp as you guys see him just fade into nothing. And in your head, you first hear this kind of low groveled chuckle as Rhaeris, the last governor, High Regent of Honoria. You've disturbed my sanctuary. The glaive can never be yours. Welcome. I need you to go ahead and roll initiative, please.
Yeah. That's a 9.
Does
Oh
not
my
beat
God.
a nat 20. Thankfully, that was not an attack. First thing first, you do take 8 damage psychic from getting brought in. And now, in front of you, you see... I pulled it up.
Chris is here
There
just
he
in
is.
time.
I
Just in time.
also would like to know what you guys are doing as you see this happen. As you see him go and just try to shove this thing open, and you don't see it even move.
The lid doesn't move.
The lid did not move. He
And
went
he-
and started pushing into it, and you see him just kind of get racked in and almost withering, crushed, and just faded into just this shadow.
I turned to Rick to go, well, that didn't work.
In front of you, you see something that looks like this, just tongue out and just laughing. Its turn. I'm going to have you guys go on initiative count 10, so it's going to go this creature, group,
Sure.
and him.
The good news is it's in a weird shadow plane that he's in that we're not, so we're good.
It's going to go ahead and go with a mummy fist. No, rotting fist. Does a 16 hit you?
No.
It does not. Oh, you sure?
Yeah.
All right. Initiative count 10. You guys. 8.
Am I rolling?
By the way, everybody, welcome back, Chris.
I'm here now.
Am I rolling initiative?
No,
Oh.
no. I want to know what you guys are doing.
Oh,
You guys, as a team, if you're still in this plane, you guys are acting as a group.
I start.
They have made it effectively to the second room.
I pull out a parchment and start writing an apology. I pull out a piece of parchment.
They've spent an hour and a half looking at stuff to
trying
find.
to figure out what
Oh my god.
Typical us fashion. We haven't done anything.
As a player, I support this 100%. As Grunk in a temple, I don't.
Yeah, I'm aware.
So, anyways, as a initiative 10, it is your guys' turn. He's gone. What are you doing?
Did we rest?
Yes.
You got a long rest. And by that I mean you rested for an hour and got a long rest. And you got a robe of useful items. They have the details. And you have a potion of sharpness.
Okay.
I pull out a piece of parchment and I start writing an apology letter to the giants.
To the giants.
Yes, for losing their researcher.
Richter, what are you doing?
Wow. Okay.
I started as dearly beloved.
Do I want to send the shadow after him into the shadow realm? Does that sound like a good idea?
No.
It really doesn't.
Not
That's the
at
only
all.
thing that I can think of.
I mean, what happens if your shadow dies?
Well, it hurts, but it can regenerate.
Can you make another one right away?
Not right away, no.
I don't know if it's a good idea then, but I don't.
Yeah, major difference from Echo Knight, where you can just keep making them at 1 HP. This one you can give a lot of HP, and it goes away for a while. If it goes down, it is a bad day.
Then I don't have a shadow, and then I get mistaken for a vampire a lot.
That's also true. That was a
we
fun
can
day.
we can see him.
No.
Oh.
He just
You went to-
basically got shrink wrapped into nothing.
You guys all heard the laugh.
We heard a
You all heard the laugh, but you don't see him.
Dexter, where are you?
Marco.
On to your turn. What are you doing? This mummy has walked up to you with this kind of sickening laugh and just goes to punch you straight in the throat. Misses you, but it's there. You can still feel this pull of essence back, like you can still feel the connection. We're learning things about the mic that we have set up, and we probably didn't do it correctly in the first place.
That looks
I
way
am
better.
Very sorry.
Yep.
Should I turn the gain down then?
No, gain is. Oh, yes. I didn't realize just how we're going to turn almost all the way down. Then we won't hear the fan, and we should hear all of us just fine. It's still, the waveforms are still going to be small, but odds are our Richter probably sounded louder than everybody else for that half.
That said, for those of you listening at home, I blame Mel Gibson. Back to you, Steve.
I blame Robert.
Shut up. My instructions did not tell me anything about switching buttons.
Oops.
Got a mummy boy.
Oh, it's only a mummy boy. You'll be fine.
Oh, it's not a mummy man.
Is this death now? Is this what death is?
Are you asking it?
Yes.
Not yet. You're going to meet your own damnation soon enough.
Then I
I just thought of something that would have been much more useful.
Next turn.
I will just use my bonus action to turn into a giant form,
Alright.
and I will attempt to attack it with the fire rune activating.
Alright.
I just want to destroy it as fast as possible.
Alright.
So attack roll. If I can find my weapons.
I'm very glad this is working.
I'm sure you are.
I'm just like, which one are they going to touch? This is going to be great.
And this was the elk.
Yes, this is the room of the elk.
18.
That hits, I think. Yes, that hits.
Okay.
It dies. It says
Nope.
it in the rulebook. It says it in the rulebook. It dies. If it's a weird, creepy mummy thing, it just dies automatically. That's what it says.
11 rapier damage.
Alright.
And for the fire rune,
So 6 rapier damage. You need to get your boy a magic weapon.
Say, is it not a magic weapon?
no, it takes
Nope.
2
Remember, he
fire
forgot to buy
damage.
gear.
He's using an effect on it, though. Doesn't that effectively make it a magic weapon?
Not for this, because it's the room doing the damage, not the weapon doing damage.
No, the rune is on the weapon. But no, not this one. No.
Yep,
The runes
Just
are
like green
on me.
green flame blade.
Yeah.
correct. He's using a
Yeah.
rune on himself, which is then causing things
Yep.
to happen.
So that is 5 fire damage
That goes through.
and a strength save.
Is the decrepit mummy good at strength saves?
I don't know. 20. Yes,
And-
that's his best stat.
Damn.
Yeah, it passes.
Yes.
This started
At the end of your
you pushed
turn,
the
make a
sarcophagus
charisma
open,
saving
and
throw, please.
Charisma saving throw. I was like, oh, those are the bad ones.
5.
Not gonna make it.
I wish I was here.
Especially
We're gonna try to
considering what the
stop
DC
people.
is for it. We're gonna have fun.
Yep.
Its turn. It's gonna use its turn to just kind of give this kind of sickening leer at you. If you can go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy. 0 intelligence, 0 wisdom, 0 charisma. 17 though.
You make it. You make that one. So you are not frightened.
That's good.
Party.
I'm gonna try to reach out to him with the sending stone.
Negative.
Okay.
Not connecting.
So he's on either a different plane of existence, or he's been teleported very far away. How far does sending stones work?
I don't remember offhand, but he's in a different dimension, so you're not reaching him.
So
He's
this.
in a mini pocket dimension.
So, I know everyone's already heard this before, so I apologize. He touched a thing.
He went to push the lid off of the sarcophagus, and just as he went in, it almost like he got pulled in to an extent, but you didn't see him go in. He just kind of like crumpled in on himself.
Okay. What is the status of the sarcophagus? Is partially open? Did it close back up?
Nope, it looks like it has been it's been shut the entire time.
Looks like I barely touched it.
It looks like he just touched it and didn't push it.
Oh. Oh, we could.
Would you like to try?
Remove curse is specifically for a person, not a thing, correct?
No. You can target objects.
Okay. With Gyro or with Grunk's knowledge, would remove curse keep him there, or would it allow him to shunt back out? It'll probably hurt him, I imagine.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Oh boy. Oh, that's a good start. We're looking at a good old-fashioned 15.
If you rolled well enough on an opposed Arcana as part of a remove curse, you feel like you might be able to dispel it long enough to get him back. You have a feeling it might be a temporary effect.
Are you using Dispel Magic? Or are you
No.
attempting to?
He's trying to remove the curse.
I'm thinking of removing the curse from this thing and then.
This, you know that this is some fairly powerful magic. You are uncertain how powerful, and there might be some side effects if you don't do it well.
The only reason that I bring it up is because when I did an Arcana check on a rune in front of the door, there was a connection that if severed, something inside the room goes off.
Oh. Great.
You're on deck, by the way.
Damn it.
Caustis is also having a minor meltdown, like freak out, like panic attack happening. Like, this is not okay. I want to leave. Like, let's get going.
Okay, so sending is you send a message across any distance and even to other planes of existence, but if the target is on a different plane than you, there's a 5% chance that the message doesn't arrive.
Please
Send-
go ahead and.
Sending or sending stone?
Well, the sending stone lets
Yes.
you cast the
Got it.
sending spell.
So go ahead and give a brief message with a 5% mischance. I was thinking he was same plane only. I apologize.
I just wanted to double check.
Yeah, no, I'm open to being wrong. Didn't have to point it out so hard. No.
Right here in page 47.
Yeah, we originally had it just because we had papers and
Yeah, I
stuff
got
covered.
it. I'm here to micromanage now.
Hey, shut up. While you're doing that, what are you looking to do, Richter, to help the situation?
Oh, wow.
Your boy's looking at an 18 charisma save with a +0. Get him out. Figure it out.
I got an 89.
Yeah, that's not gonna fail. You got this.
What the fuck is going on? Where are you?
You don't know. You got a mummy, and it's fighting you.
Occupant of sarcophagus killing me. That's all I got.
I asked, where are you? And you sent back, I'm under attack.
Oh my god.
It's dark,
Oh.
I think.
The only reason you can see right now is because you have that fire sigil going up. Otherwise, it is dark. You can't see. You don't know what your surroundings are. You got about 10 feet illuminated. That's about it. This is not a good day for you.
Nope.
That said, it's your turn.
Yay.
You got a thing that tried to punch you. And
Punch
then
back.
it tried to glare at you, and it didn't work. Bite it.
Glare back harder.
Would you be willing to give me a favor? Refill? It's up on top, and then there's the... Thank you. All you had to do is not touch. All you had to do is not touch.
That's fun.
No, I know. I'm absolutely not saying that you're not going to get stuff out of this if you win, or if you manage to succeed and get the stuff off.
I'm going to switch to my glaive. Does that
Okay,
eat
so
up anything?
Just
or-
your move action to store your weapons, and
Got it.
unless you're just dropping it just flat on the ground.
No. No,
I mean, you're going toe to toe at this point. You may as well haul out the glaive.
yeah. So I'm going to take out the glaive. I'm going to attempt to attack with it. Which is
Does it beat an 11?
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Okay. That's 8 damage for the glaive.
4 damage for the glaive.
Then, because I am a giant and I forgot to do it last time,
That's alright. Just add it in.
I get an extra d6 damage. That's 1.
So now for the second one.
5.
You know you're a 6th level fighter, right?
Yeah.
Did you take your extra attack?
No.
Alright.
I just remembered that. I forgot.
We're learning how to play a human fighter, folks.
Uh-huh. So I'm going to do that again. I'm going to attack one more time.
Okay, good.
Uh-huh. With a...
Does it hit an 11? If you can't hit an
Yes.
11 with a 7.
Yes.
Yes, good.
4 damage.
2 damage. And how about your firebrand
it hurts.
stuff? Or is your firebrand stuff rolling? Or is
damage.
that...
Hurts me.
No, that was a one-time thing. Because it succeeded on a strength check, it kind of just peters out at that
Fair
time.
enough. So I would like to know, how are you seeing things right now?
At this point, I'm not.
Swinging blind, so I'd like you to roll those again with disadvantage. Just roll each one again. The chances of you missing are almost impossible. That hits.
7, and that one.
Second one misses. All right, I will add that 2 damage back
You
in.
just had to say almost impossible.
Hey, he's a fighter with a what? What's your strength? Plus 3, 4?
3.
So that's a plus 6. It's a roll of 5. It's a thing. And that's if being giant doesn't do anything for him either. Still, you hit it once. You're just swinging blind.
Yeah. The only thing giant does. I just have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws.
All right. Gonna go up to its turn. It's gonna take a punch. Oh, does a 9 hit you?
No.
Damn it! This mummy. Boy, I tell you, this mummy ain't doing much. All right. Your guys' turn. Oh, and that's right. At the end of your turn, you get to make a charisma saving throw, please. Going for an 18.
Oh.
That ain't gonna do it.
No.
Should have another mummy on you. How about for the rest of you folks?
I say yeet, and I go up to the sarcophagus and push the lid.
I need you to make an initiative saving throw.
An
Or
initiative
no, I'm sorry,
saving
first
throw.
a charisma saving throw
Okay.
and initiative.
Okay.
Good. How about the rest of you guys?
In one in all. Grog. And actually, yeah, Grog's gonna run
Charisma
forward.
saving throw.
So I don't get to do anything this turn?
Just let me finish.
Okay.
Charisma.
Do you have dark vision, by the way? You get
I have double sight, yeah.
Oh, that's 13.
That's the only reason I win it is because he
Negative.
says, occupant of
Initiative.
sarcophagus fucking my ass. It's dark. I'm like, well, you can't see. God damn it.
Fuck, I was so pissed. I almost had a 15. I have a 5.
What are you doing, Richter?
Do you want me to join? Like,
Anyone in
Are
all
Are you
destroy
the one that's currently on the room outside the door?
yeah.
He can send a
I
shadow.
can send the shadow in.
True.
Maybe.
Send the shadow in. Do not go in.
Okay, I will send the shadow in. So,
Your shadow goes through. You just sees a mummy holding onto this small kind of golden rod about a foot long.
oh, outstanding. Okay.
No, he's in lying.
Well, I'm going to attempt to pull the said object out of the mummy's hand.
Strength saving throw. Or not saving throw, but check.
17.
Yeah. Shadow Richter is holding a small golden rod.
No immediate effect on anything.
No.
You found the mummy's secret dildo.
That said, I'd like you to do what you're gonna do. You have a mummy trying to attack you.
I'm going to
In
attempt
here.
to attack it.
Please do. Roll twice with disadvantage. First one hits.
Yeah. Woo! 11 damage.
All right.
Yeah.
Chipping away.
And I get d6 for giant mites, which is another 5.
All right.
And attack a second time.
All right. Disadvantage.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a really bad situation that they just got themselves into.
We can only make it worse.
And 5.
All right, you're getting them. Mummy's turns. We're gonna start with over here. We're gonna roll. Damn it! Does a 13 hit you?
No.
Grunk, Dendron, you do not see anywhere. Your good friend, Dexter, you do not see each other. You see, standing about 10 feet away from you, are mummies that are...
We each have our own mummy. Haha, even better.
Is mine shaped like me? By any chance?
No.
Okay.
They're all shaped the same.
Just gonna put a hand up to be like, hello. Wondering what's going on here. I'm real confused. Don't try to cause any problems. Didn't mean to disrespect the sarcophagus.
And he hears back.
Does a 14 hit you?
No.
And a nat 1 does not hit Grunk. I'm assuming. These mummies suck. I hate mummies. Screw you, mummy. Richter, your turn.
Okay, now my.
Oh, and I'm sorry, I forgot. I keep forgetting. Charisma saving throw, please. Mr. Steve.
11.
That's not going to do it.
My shadow does not yet have the ability to use my cantrips, right?
Yes, he does. You just can't do the dual cantrips.
Oh, excellent. Okay, well in that case, I'm going to use a firebolt and shoot the mummy, the prone mummy that I just
All right.
robbed.
Please do. You hit. It's
Yeah,
prone.
It's prone. It's hit.
Honestly, you crit it because it's prone and it's not doing anything. So roll a crit.
Destroyed on the.
Can't defend itself.
So firebolt is. I forget. Is it 2d10 or 2d? I think it's 2d10. That I've got.
I'm gonna need you guys all to start tracking your own healths for this. It has 58 max health.
2d10. Okay.
Yours is at 32. Sorry, I just have lots of... I didn't think I was going to have lots of mummies to deal with.
Mine's down to 7.
No, it is not.
You said it starts at 53.
58.
There we go. Let's do that. Okay, so 2d10 damage on that. Oh!
Wow.
20 damage to the prone mummy?
That was a crit, so you double the dice.
Oh. So 40 damage?
No, you roll.
You roll the
roll.
dice again.
Gotcha.
As nice as that would be... no, it's only 10, so it's a grand total of 30 damage. So I need you to remember 58 minus 30, so nice, we'll round that down to a nice 28.
Wait, how did he only get 3 dice? So wouldn't it be both dice both times?
No, it was 10, a 10, a 9, and a 1.
Oh.
So,
Got it.
total of 30.
I thought it was a 9 and a 10.
No, because on the
Percentile.
percentile, yeah.
Got it.
So what was the damage again?
You dealt 30 damage. Firebolt to the face as you're holding onto this stick. And you guys see yours just reel in this kind of flame and fire. Yours is at 2. Yours just went down by 30.
Both of us or just?
Both of them.
Oh, no, just mine. Get fucked.
That's where my brain was. I was like, oh wow.
That said, we're just going to go around the table and starting with Steve because you were the first one in there. Yours is very, very badly hurt.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to tag it.
That hits. That hits. You managed to connect as you're swinging blind. You can kind of see with the bandages up aflame.
Got the dice.
Try again.
Wow.
6 damage.
And you see yours crumble into ash. I'd like you to go ahead and make a charisma saving throw, please.
16.
Not an 18. Thank you for playing.
Aww.
Crunk.
I'm gonna have to ask you to not do this anymore.
And you just he waves his amulet in front of him, or his emblem of his holy symbol, and Bobby needs to make a dexterity saving throw. As he
Believe
casts
it or
Sacred
not,
Flame.
not one of their strong suits.
I didn't imagine as much.
How does an 18 sound?
Holy shit, that does it. I like to imagine the mummy isn't even fast. It's just like I send the sacred flame out and its body just breaks in half. It flies over and then it just pulls itself back together. Not okay.
Well, I'm thinking more of like it's reeling in this firebolt to the face, and it's just like, is it just kind of bursts over its head?
Grunka's just gonna back up about 20 feet.
Fair enough. Dendron.
I noticed that it doesn't like fire. So
Does a 10 hit you, by the way, as you're backing up?
No.
All right, go ahead.
it doesn't seem to like fire much. So I'm gonna pull out the.
I forgot something about a mummy. It's fine.
Okay.
Your versions are fine. His version's not, because his version's protected.
It doesn't like fire damage, so I'm gonna pull out the old fire rapier, and I'm gonna hit
Shake it.
hit it with the old 1-2, buckle my shoe, you know.
Have at it. Good luck.
I don't wear shoes.
I am doing the green flame blade.
All right.
So it's 1d8, which is this guy, of piercing, 1d8 of fire, which is 4.
And who is taking the other half of the green flame? You?
Does it have to hit someone? Okay, then me.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yep.
It's one downside of green flame. If you go into melee without a second target, you're taking it.
So it.
That's how Morgoth was charging all of his shields, is because he'd let himself hit him. He'd hit himself and go from there, and then he'd have an absorbed shield and boom. Jesus.
So that was 3, then 4 of fire, and then it's an additional 5 of fire. So 3 piercing, 9 fire.
Okay. So 28 down to 25. 9 fire gets doubled to 18.
So 5 plus 18.
7. Plus the 5. Which the 5 was on the fire or 5 was on the piercing?
5 fire. It was 3 piercing, 9 fire.
Okay.
So,
what's the 5 to?
So here we do this. Minus 18, minus 5.
I need to know the fire because the fire is being doubled.
Right. The 9
Got
is
it.
fire, which I doubled to 18, so I did minus
Perfect.
18 and then I did minus
We're in
5.
good shape.
Yes. And then...
You may have saved them. How you're going to get that rod out, I have no idea.
That's a good point.
You ain't a ghost, you a shadow, boy. You can go through the cracks. You ain't getting through that with a rod.
My shadow eat it.
As a bonus action, I flip it off.
All 3 of you, charisma saving throws. I think you made yours. Or you took yours. You got a 16.
11.
24. No, it's a saving throw, so 28.
You are out, and you see
Aw.
reiterate.
I just picture I smoke it with my flame rapier, flip it off, and vanish.
Basically, yeah. That said, it gets us all the way up to Mummy 1. Ooh, I hit 23.
Yeah.
That's how we do.
One of them is dead, isn't it?
I'm thinking like Star-Lord when he
Is there another
falls
mummy
back
in
and
there?
forth.
or-
Yo!
No, it's just the one. Did you kill yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I only had
Then it goes after you. That was yours.
I only had 2
Oh.
HP.
Does a 23 hit you?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. 7 bludgeoning,
Okay.
10 necrotic,
Okay.
and make a Constitution saving throw, please.
That doesn't sound great. Well, that's a base 18, so.
Oh, beats a 12. Damn. All right. So he just kind of like punches you,
You ran
square in
up.
the sternum.
Damn it, I didn't think a mummy would be fast enough to catch up to me.
You'd be surprised.
I am surprised, actually.
They have a base of 20 feet, and it was right on you. So you said you backed up about your 30 feet. And this is not a base mummy.
Fair enough. I don't know mummies actually, so that's fine.
Yeah, they have a base of 20 in this thing because it is the former king. Slightly adjusted a few things. That said, goes all the way around to you two. What are you looking to do?
I'm going to shoot it in the face again. Fire.
Go ahead.
I just see like his shadow like just sticking out of the sarcophagus, like
basically his feet. Because it's down there just face palming this thing.
And if there's
I'm
any
like-
cracks, you're just seeing like blaze
You're going
up.
to get to roll with advantage, and if you hit, because it's at 2, it's going to auto die because you're critting it and it has vulnerability to fire.
It's going to explode, isn't it?
I don't know, you tell me.
And it's going to blow the lid off of the
First
thing.
hit.
Let's see, so... Is it 6 or...
oh yeah,
6 plus...
more damage to me than the
15.
goddamn mummy.
What was that?
15.
That hits. I want your damage.
I have resistance, so I only take 3, right?
Jesus Christ!
Wow.
Yes.
He did 9,000 damage. Look at that.
That's not his crit. That's his base damage.
Yeah, I know.
Roll again. Almost the same thing. So that's 29 times 2.
58. It's exact amount of health.
It's exact max amount of health.
Yes.
You watch from in front of you guys, you see this entire thing just to kind of like almost from inside implode. It starts to shrink in on itself and then just lets out this horrific shriek as you see it just start to like ash slough off from the bandages and skin. And you guys are whisked back into the chamber.
Rest
that you
well,
left
bye
on.
bye.
And with that, we're going to take a quick break.
Hello, Grok here. Welcome to your intermission. I'm sorry.
There we go. We're back. I miss doing Grunk's voice every once in a while. It is always very hard whenever I have to go every other week without doing it. So, welcome. Thank you for watching so far. Much appreciated. My name is Chris, as I'm sure you already know. Sorry for being late to this session, as I apologize a month in the future after the session happened, but knowing that I wasn't gonna be... Shit gets weird. Shit gets so weird. Time is a construct. Whatever. Anywho, thank you for watching so far. Much appreciated. If you enjoyed the Outcast, I'm gonna tell you what Grunk would tell you, and that's to share it with your friends, so that way you can share the merriment and enjoy of whole life, or whatever the heck you want to call it, with everyone. Make other people's lives happier, because if you like it, hey, they might like it too. And get them to try and spread it, because that's the best thing you can do. The second best thing you can do, depending on who you ask, I guess, is if you really, really enjoy it, you can always give a little donation in the description below to go ahead and just help us with the Outcast. Better recording software, or equipment, just better production, better visuals, so on and so forth. Time is money, money is time, and time is a construct, so nothing matters whatsoever. But, let's see, the next episode should be going up on October 2nd, and actually, because I'm from the future, and I know what's gonna happen, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. The next episode is not gonna be the Outcast. It's gonna be an in-universe one-shot. And the title of it is, I'm just gonna pull it from my brain, seeking with my future brain, The Bandage Brigade. It's gonna be an entirely new group of people. It is a one-shot again in-universe, and I loved it. A fantastic concept of characters that should not be what they are class-wise, making it work in a ridiculous way in terms of just synergy within themselves more than anything, and kind of with each other. Just give it a watch when it does come out. Once again, thank you for watching. Please continue to watch and watch the rest of your episode. And
My advice for you today is never cut your carrots with your fingers out. Always put your fingers into a knuckle, so if the knife slips, you're only gonna hit bone and it doesn't chop off one of your digits. Thank you, and see you next time.
Sure.
No, I'm not going to give you any crap for coming up with smart ways to figure things out. I am all for it.
I saw those air quotes when you said smart.
I'm rocking on my Buddha belly here as I'm... You don't worry about that. Don't worry about what my head's
What's the
doing.
texture of the walls?
I thought you were going to ask what the texture of a mummy was. I'm going to ask why. No.
Of the
I
wall,
wanna know.
of the walls.
Limestone. So they're definitely hard, but they have
Porous.
almost like that filament over the top of them.
So we could make a hole through them. Got it.
I mean, in theory.
They're very porous.
You've not tried. So that said, all of you are ported back into the second chamber, the chamber of the Elk Lords, the governor of Infeaqua.
Governor.
You know, in another chamber, there is something to do with only an insect would dare take the weapon of a great sage. Your shadow is currently, literally, in bed with a mummy holding on to a golden rod.
Phrasing.
Intentional.
Context and phrasing.
Well, I will inform the party of said goldenrod. It might be important inside the sarcophagus.
You're sure the mummy is now deceased inside?
Oh, yeah, it's crispy.
Not that it wasn't before, but like it's well done now.
Double deceased.
Do we want to try and push the lid off then?
Sure.
Group effort this time, all at once. Heave ho.
I already know what's gonna happen. Get teleported back in.
I mean, somebody can make it with advantage if you guys are all trying at it.
14.
You're still large at this point, right? Because you have a whole minute of
yes.
Did you?
Yes, so I have.
Friggin'
I have-
huge.
I mean, I have advantage on saving strength checks.
that. Yeah. So you have a couple rounds. You'll be able to force it open. Your shadow kind of whisks around and is holding this. I need you to go ahead and roll a d10, please.
Wow, that dice didn't roll a 9 or a 9 or a 10 for once.
It's not needed.
You lose 7 fingers.
All right. Yeah. So as you pull this thing out, it has almost like this sharp hook around it as it goes, but you see this narrow slit that would come about from halfway up, goes to the top, and then it seems to open up into this where a blade would almost sit in it. Almost in the fashion of like a kukri of some form, but the blade itself is missing. This seems to just be the hilt of it.
It's part of the glaive. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to have to.
Do we proceed to the next, or do we just send your shadow in?
Causes does reference that so that we can open and clear these out if this is our best option. But keep in mind, Zhao is somewhere in here, and we don't know what he's doing. We don't know where he is, what he's doing, and he didn't come through here and touch anything.
Well, if this is a piece of the glaive and we have a piece of it, he can't complete it without going through us. So,
or it's not a piece of the glaive, and you don't know what you're doing, and he already has half of it figured out. We don't know where he is or how far he is. If we can catch up to him. She kind of just glares at you and scowls, and she's like, "Look, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but we need to think this through from both sides of this. That he knows what he's doing here. We don't."
okay, and he is alone and would not be able to presumably go about doing this in the way that we had the capacity to do because of Richter's ability. So it could be that he's unable to, so he's found an alternative.
Or he's alone, and he's that much further ahead of us despite being alone.
Or let's look at it this way. If we have one piece, you're right, he can't complete it, we can push forward, and he'd have to get through us to get the glaive and finish part of it. No matter what we've done.
Unless he's already figured it out. Unless you don't need this glaive.
What if he's not even here?
Or he might be trapped in what maybe he touched.
What if the glaive was inside of us all along?
That's what we gross
Well, I mean, it is a rod, so.
Friendship was the point.
Oh, I guess I'll leave now. I took my words out of my mouth.
He's like, Gronk gets teary-eyed.
My work is done. I can't believe you guys have grown so much in such a short time. So proud of my kids.
So either way, still, Richter, you're standing on sigil point 1. Is somebody taking sigil point 2 to open up the next room?
I'll sit on it, sure.
All right, we're gonna swap you guys around here. Do a little shuffle up, I guess. Costas points out the traps. Who's taking sigil point 3 while you guys are standing in this room?
Well, I think we want to just... I'll stand on here and we'll send Richter's shadow in ahead of us.
All right.
Yeah, does that work for everybody? Everybody else stays behind?
Same deal.
Yeah.
All right.
So the only person in here would be Richter's shadow.
All right. Rinse and repeat.
Rinse and repeat.
Boom, boom.
All right. No need to bother rolling. You're able to squill your way in there, and
Is there another gold piece of something inside the sarcophagus?
no, this one is silver.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, fuck me then, I guess.
You burn the thing to ash, and as this one lets out, as the final kind of death knell is released, you hear this high-pitched, just screeching sound. Doesn't do anything other than just sound horrifying, but
I don't like any of this.
it seems to be clear enough.
Continue to the next
Are you
room.
guys opening the thing up, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Take the time to open it. Richard, go ahead and roll another D10, please. Alright.
This is either going to go great or it's going to go horribly wrong.
With the catch snakes.
Who, by the way, is carrying all of this as you guys are
I am.
clearing through? You're going to hold on to these items?
Sure.
I think each of us should hold one piece.
So who is taking the golden piece?
I'll
And
take the
this
gold
last
piece,
one,
then.
it seems to be a little bit longer. It seems to have almost like a full pommel. It's wrapped around the bottom with some form of almost like a braided cord. And then it has towards the top, it almost has, feels like 3 or 4 points or holes drilled into it, with then one hole bored all the way down through the center of the shaft.
Take that one, I guess.
So it's like a fancy rapier handguard?
Uncertain.
It's like, if I was to hold it in my hand, would it cover the hand?
No.
Oh.
It is a rod. It has a pommel at the end.
Yeah.
And it goes out probably another 8 inches or so.
Oh,
And
I
then
think
at
like
the
it was
other-
braiding and draping around.
No,
like you
sorry.
get,
At
like,
the
fancy
far
handguards
end,
on
it's
everything.
got holes drilled in throughout it towards the top, like the last 1.5 inches. And then at the top end, it's got a hole bored all the way down through the bottom.
Okay.
Or through till probably midway. So I would like to know who's holding on to each of those.
I'll take the gold one. You want to take the next one then?
Sure. Just need to remember things.
I took the one that rolled a 7, which might go horribly wrong.
All right. Who's taking point number 3?
It's just who's going to hold the door open.
I'll just move forward. Huh?
Who's going to hold the door open and not get off of it?
For now, until we get a...
For now. All right, get over there.
Because Richter's still
Yeah.
holding the first door open.
Yep. I'm just taking my dice back so I can actually have dice, because you guys get the drill. So we have Costas Mayor. We have
What was the second room? This was the...
this one?
Yeah.
The insect plaque.
The statue. Drake, Barracuda...
This has the
Green monkey.
Drake. So if you look at the notes that are in the shadowed part, Drake and
Okay.
elk.
Sure.
We have
We've gone straight Olmec at this point. Got the
Yes.
silver snakes, the blue barracudas.
So as you
Red
guys
monkeys.
enter this back chamber, on the far end,
Silver snake.
you guys see a long staircase going down, and it's a fairly steep staircase. You can hear, at the same time, you hear a soft sound of rushing water.
Are we not checking the other rooms?
I don't know. Are you guys clearing those?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we were going to clear out all the esophagus. Sarcophagus. Everyone clear your throat.
Fair enough. Then I'll exit.
Are we in agreement on that? I thought that's what we were doing.
Yeah.
I apologize.
If all of them have something, then
There
we should...
was nothing in here other than just a body. And this one, Richter, go ahead and make one more check, and I want to know who's going to be taking it. Who's taking it?
Look, you take it. and something happens to the three of you, I can at least take care of you from there. If I take it and there's something wrong with it, and I can't do anything, we have problems.
If it's cursed, he can unfuck us, basically, is what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
This one seems to be...
With less bad words.
If you were to take a spear and just take the top half off, it looks like the entire first half of the spear shaft.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to leave that one with me and keep going, and I will give my shadow the basically the mental command of...
Once we have all the pieces, I would like to see, like, if there is any, like, these go together in some fashion.
I will also, just for reading purposes, in case this comes up later, I will give you the plaque on this one reads, "Those who would violate my corpse will kindly show me their death." So,
Noted.
just a thing that
Shadow
in the
did it.
event.
Cook's just standing way in the back.
I don't like any of this.
Didn't necessarily violate the corpse.
All right,
Purify.
so I apologize. Now going back into the current location, as you guys get to this kind of back chamber room, it's clearly designed to be more of a hallway that would lead down into these stairs, but this nook is carved out in the middle, in the back, and there's this. It almost looks like a bookshelf, but the middle column is carved out to be that of this impressive elven woman who is then carrying what, instead of scales, she looks like she's poised to carry these two bookshelves with her. All of the books are, other than the bindings, seem to be rotted out. The pages are just ready to crumble if they were touched. But then on the right and left, where you guys see these little boxes, there are two treasure chests, and then emblazoned on a plaque in the floor at the base of this woman's feet is something that reads, and you can read Elven, and Richter, are you able to?
No.
So
Costas is there as well.
Costas can read it, and you are able to read it. So it reads,
For a good time, call Jenny.
"It's a difficult path
I take
and a difficult decision to take a path of a king. One that should not ever be taken lightly. You must make an important decision. You have to choose one. To the right, you will find endless wealth, but it comes with its own challenges, as you will never know true peace. Yet to the left, you will find endless peace, but it comes with its own challenges of never knowing true wealth. Choose wisely."
I know Sylvan. Can I read this?
You're not in there. We're holding the doors open for
We're
the
holding
back
the
of
doors.
Never mind.
Yeah.
You are currently irrelevant. You, hey, is that a thing?
Hey, what's going on over there?
Now, like, you can hear them discussing over here, but yeah. So there are. It looks like two incredibly built chests, completely immune to the effects of time. The bookshelves look wrecked, and this statue is tarnished all to hell, but is standing, holding these shelves. Otherwise, there's the stairwell that goes down. This is also the first indication that you can actually see footsteps throughout the entire place.
Like in the dust on the floor?
Yes.
Gotcha.
And it is, you see both the steps and then kind of like a sweeping robe behind it. Did not even
Snake
bother
has
over
been
by
there.
the shelves, didn't go by the chest, it went straight down.
Okay. As I'm just going to give a mental command to my shadow, simple mental command, seeing as how we're probably going to get past my range. Do as your friends say.
Alright.
So,
I need to qualify. You are with Dexter, and you are with Costas.
yes.
Do you consider both of them friends? Or is there a...
Even though I
Do you need to write me something? Yeah. Do you need to write it on a note card as to which one you may or may not trust? I don't care. I just need to know who... When you say friends, I want to qualify that.
Okay, I would not. Well, I wouldn't consider Costas a friend per se, more of
Okay,
an
I'm starting.
ally. So, in the chain of command, I guess it would be. In that particular group,
Dexter's in charge?
Dexter would be in charge.
Fair enough.
But if Dexter is so incapacitated, listen to Costas.
Basically, yeah.
All right.
Simple command. Got it.
We're going to do some scenery change unless you guys are going to interact with said bookshelf.
I want to touch it.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Don't touch anything anymore.
The way I'm thinking about it is that Dexter has never really known wealth, so wealth doesn't mean anything to him. So if I were to choose one, I would choose the you'll never know wealth. I just don't want to choose.
Wealth is also subjective. Like, you can be physically wealthy or you can be emotionally wealthy. It could very easily be made into some big Robert Bullfuckery that ends up sucking no matter what.
Yeah, it definitely reeks of monkey paw choices
Yes,
here.
yeah.
I'm reading this straight out of the module. This is not a me monkey fuckery, but it is a pre-printed module monkey fuckery for what.
Hang on, I need a Google break quick.
Oh my God. I told you what the adventure is, so that's on you.
You're in an illusion for the rest of your life. Welcome to peace.
You guys moving on?
Eternal peace.
I'm gonna touch
when you
the chest.
die.
You're gonna touch the chest?
Yep.
You touch the chest. Congratulations.
Yay.
Which one? Right or left?
The one.
The right was wealth, the left was peace.
Peace.
Alright, you touched the chest. Congratulations. Seems to be empty. Seems to just be voidless and empty.
Fine hat.
I'll turn around. Go walk down the stairs.
Alright. Now we're gonna just put a quick pause so we can do a map change. We're gonna pause it and map change it.
We don't need a pause.
Or we're gonna not pause it, we're gonna
Fuck
just
it, we'll do it live.
We'll talk to them.
hang on to that. Alright, I need everybody to go ahead, do me a favor.
Everyone flip your maps at home.
Nope, I want you to all run downstairs, find the largest object that you can't carry, try to carry it, and then complain when your back breaks. That's what I want you to do. Yeah.
I don't see anything.
Alright.
Don't worry, I don't see anything. I'm
No, we're
blind.
good. Alright.
There's a
Set it down just over in this general direction.
bam. I love that.
Good
that
at setting things down.
Not only do we split the party, but we split the party in a way that they can't follow. That if shit hits the fan.
Nope, we don't need that guy. We don't. Yes, we need that one. We don't need this one. For now.
Irrelevant. Yeah.
We're gonna just put these over in my corner.
Grunk's favorite song is Why Can't We Be
D&D
Friends?
101. Split the party.
Alright.
You guys go
In the
up-
dungeon.
How many times have we done this in the other campaign?
How many times have we done it in this campaign? It's like every other session, we split the party and
Hey,
then get into
this is
trouble.
the only one that is designed this way.
Yeah.
Y'all motherfuckers did that to yourselves.
The town is under siege. What do? We split up.
So, you guys go about 200 feet or so down. And the lower you get, and it gets blisteringly cold, unnatural, just frigid. You can immediately start to see the breath in front of your face. I kind of imagine Costas lights a torch. Despite her elven heritage, she's just wants to make sure that you guys are as prepared as possible, and lights this torch and turns a corner. And in front of you is another iron wrought door with a simple metallic latch handle to be opened. No sigils, nothing. What do you do?
Just a latch.
Sure, thousands.
Just a latch on a door, huh?
Yep. It even looks like a latch.
Break it off.
It's like the little latch, the up and down latch handle that you, with the latch, it pops this thing and it just swings open. Away from you.
Okay then.
I dare you to lift it.
Don't look at me when you say
I
Lift
pull
your back and a quick drink.
that. Stop making my anxiety go up. Stop making Grunk's anxiety go up.
Shut up, you're not here.
You're right.
I pull out the sending stones
Okay.
and I message Dendron.
Okay.
And I go.
New stone, who dis?
We've gone down quite a ways. We're now at another door.
This isn't mine. I don't know why. Okay.
Depends.
Okay. Alright, so you message him about the door.
We're at another door now.
Is it trapped?
I'm sorry, that was you.
What do you do?
What you did come on.
Oh,
Move on.
I just say that
You motherfucker.
it has a simple lock on it. Or simple latch.
Is it booby trapped?
I don't know, I haven't gone through it yet.
Well, then open it.
Huh?
Then open it.
Okay, I'll open it.
This slow, just kind of creaking metal grind.
It's not my body on the line. Fuck it.
And in front of you, you see another door that is propped open. It's about a 25 by 25 foot room. About halfway down, you see another kind of cutaway into adjacent rooms on the left and right. Straight ahead of you, you see a series of things. The first thing you notice is they look almost transparent, ghostly type figures, but they're wearing head to toe regal refinery. But you see elves, you see orcs, you see between the two of them a single half orc and a single half elven woman. And they all seem to be kind of clustered towards the southern end or the far end, and this doorway where you can see almost through them. Kneeling on the ground, it looks like a rough shot cobblestone well that has been built just within the apex of this room, and kneeling in front of it with his arms up on top and head rested just kind of cocked to the side, you can see the black cloak, the black hair, and the fair pale skin of Zhao in front of you. You immediately notice that Costas is getting very anxious. Like, she wants to both go, but is also very concerned about the fact that there's, as she's counting, and it's hard to tell as they're kind of moving in and out of each other, there seems to be about 9 of these ghostly figures, and they don't seem to have any recognition or knowledge that you're there. The other detail you do notice is along the wall are these sconces that seem to be protruding just out of the sides of the wall that are shedding just some very dim light. So the edges seem to be fairly well illuminated. The middle seems to be still rather dark, but still lit up well enough that you can see clearly enough in the room. The side rooms don't seem to have any light present.
I send a message back up.
To Dendron?
Yeah.
Okay.
I go, if Richter's shadow returns to him, I recommend that you all come down here. You can all make it through the doors by stepping off. We'll just be trapped inside.
Yeah. I'm positive that's how that works.
Yeah. I think that's how it was explained.
That's how we believe it to work with our limited testing. We just kind of ran through here without playing with it too much.
Yep.
You played with the first room. Keep going, see how it goes. Left all your strength people who need strength checks over the doors upstairs.
I just look at Shadow Richter and I say, if I say return, go back to Richter.
I was gonna say, because you're not getting, you're a little bit outside of that range, especially with the down angle you're at. You're at about 320 feet.
Yeah, so
at this point, so
his
well within command range, not within dictation range.
Yeah, his intelligence is kind of.
Oh, good. So yeah, what are you guys looking to do? You guys see this sight in front of you.
I go forward.
No, that's why you're
Costa's
talking
going
to
to
your
stay
stone
right
so
on
much.
your
What's going
heel.
on?
How far into the room are you looking to go, or are you looking to go all the way through?
New stone, who dis?
I'll walk to the other doorway.
Yeah, as you get to in the doorway again, it's all the way open, and as you start to make your way to connect with these ghosts. They just, without even looking at you, just split into these lines, about 4 on one side, 4 on the other, and then one shifts behind to kind of close the gap as you approach. Each one of them in different types of regalia, and you do see some of them are wearing the sigils of all 4 of the homes. You also recognize there is one that seems to have half of a turtle. Seems like there was the start of a turtle, but then it is cut in a diagonal. And then the bottom half is just filled in with a red circle. The other part that you would notice as you guys are walking through, because you have a torch, as you move up to the sides, you guys see into just enough to see that lined within each of these rooms. I'm not going to do the full reveal because you guys didn't go in there, but you see these standing statues, each one more impressive with their hands held out, each one palming a crown, perfect and pristine. That is what is in front of you. You guys enter and approach this central chamber, this well that is in front, and you guys notice over on, as you approach, to your left, this small stream of red that is going from the floor and leads up to the well, and there's a little drip spot. The well, what it would look like a standard cobblestone well, is really only a couple inches deep. And you can see Zhao is now leaking both wrists and draining himself and charging or powering this door to open. And upon your approach, he just kind of, even more pale than when you guys have seen him, just kind of leans over and gives this harsh cough.
I told you the boar was never...
I'm sorry.
I told you that the Drake will never beat the boar. The glaive is mine. It is too late for you.
And he is not moving other than just barely being able to speak.
I look at Cautious. Should we kill him? As I already prepared my glaive to swing at him.
She... Make an insight check. And Richter, if you would like to as well.
Got 8.
She seems to have just this kind of stone glare going on, but a very vacant expression. And you've seen her both at her best when she's leading and in command. You watched her just mow through the zombies as you guys got surrounded, and you've watched her petrified and completely beside herself going through this temple at her highest and lowest. Right now, she seems completely disconnected and just cold and glaring at this figure that is bleeding out in front of her.
This man betrayed me. This man did everything in his power to ensure that I either die out in the forest a nameless nothing, yet at the same time, I almost feel sorry for him. Nobody should die nameless and alone in the bottom of a temple here. And
Setting stone, kick him in the dick. Over.
But she turns and she's like, "You do what you will, but I will take it from here." And she steps in to the side chamber, and you can both see him laughing and almost angry that just no, that it is to be mine. And he's on a very last leg. You have but probably a round or two to either kill him, or die naturally, or save him. I'll move you up here.
Did she go all the way in, or is she just standing at the doorway then?
Just movement-wise, she's moving into the tunnel. I'm just not revealing it because of where papers are at.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, she is moving into the tunnel, probably 30 feet away from you.
Okay.
So I think that we were probably past the point of fine control on my shadow there. So
You're still within the 800 feet. You just now within 120.
okay.
The stairway alone is 200. It's a deep, dark well.
Should I have him follow Costas or?
I say follow Costas.
At what point do we say fuck the doors? Grunk starts getting antsy. Grunk is like stamping, like going back and forth, stamping on his feet, like he's...
Nobody bothered check-ins. Like, you need us?
Well, like Grunk is like
well, because me and Richter are within eyesight of each other.
Yeah.
Because he's holding.
And
this
you're in
door
eyesight
open.
of him.
Yeah. So like
You
we
two
cannot
cannot
communicate.
Yeah.
So like I'm sure he's relaying to us what's happening.
No.
I've given
Outside of 120 feet, he cannot see or communicate with the shadow.
Yeah.
Ah.
I've given you some information.
Gotcha.
So you
Yeah.
have information.
So yeah, that's why I'm saying if you are not communicating, you're either getting really antsy
When I
up top.
asked, you didn't say shit.
Yeah. I got it.
So yeah, his shadow can function 800 feet away.
Got it. But he
Direct
doesn't know what's
communication,
happening.
120. As soon as he connects back, it's like re-upload, plug in the matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's because it's never been that far away from me before, so I don't know
It's
what's
also
happening.
true. So you are still able to play him because he's your shadow, but you just won't have first-hand knowledge.
Right.
So, I want to know, we're down to one round. Killing him, saving him, or watching him die out.
Like, how I want to do things is take him away, put him into a sleeper chokehold, and then
You do not have enough time to
Yeah.
do a sleeper chokehold.
yeah.
You figure that out pretty damn quick. He's literally slit at both wrists and bleeding into a basin of a well that is powering a door with his blood. It is. He probably a little overextended himself on that. And by that I mean most warlocks don't have a stellar constitution.
Goddamn hemophiles.
I guess I'll just kind of just kick him forward into the well and walk off. And follow Costas and then.
Yeah. So you make it in as the last of him bleeds out and the door shuts behind you.
That's what I thought. Figured if I would have killed him, the door would have shut before I got in there.
That is also a true story. As you guys step in, you see this incredibly large cavern with a central pond. At the head of the pond, still kind of up on this initial ledge, as you guys are winding down around to the right, it's kind of a natural, like cavern cut, like water cut rock bed. Leads to this upper platform, and you see almost like a molasses tap pouring, just dripping this blood drip into a narrow channel underneath a small altar. You see this very large pond, and within the pond, about midway underneath the water, you see what looks to be a thin but long black shadow. You guys can make whatever jokes you wish.
I said nothing. I just giggled to myself.
On the far side, you see a small rock wall with a walkway going up on the far side. This is only probably about a 5-foot drop down, but there's no immediate, lowering from there.
Noticing a distinct lack of a relic. Piece of a key, my dude.
The only other item, or not item, but thing that you notice immediately is standing on the far side of the pond is a figure knelt down, what looks like on top of a small straw mat. Has a couple of, like a chalice and a small kind of container, and seems to be made of shadow in himself, or in and of himself.
Send another message up. Found well. Zhao was bleeding himself in it. Kept door open. Going in doorway, bye.
Okay. I relay that information.
Oh, so my shadow's still okay. Okay, well that's good to know.
He's just out there by himself.
Well, I mean, Costas and Richter's shadow.
I haven't mentioned them at all.
I can only assume they're still alive because he didn't say they're dead.
We know he wasn't all up here the last we checked on him. Are we just trusting him?
You guys left the guy that.
Well, I mean,
really-
like, he's got to come back up, right?
No. He could die down there, or he could grab the glaive.
And come back up, yeah.
Are you okay?
What? Where's he gonna go?
I don't know what's down there. It could be a big old thing down there. It could be a big old thing behind us.
No, we came from that way. There's no big old thing.
While they're arguing over the top, the three of you guys here just kind of, it's echoing around the chamber, but this guy never seems to look up or really acknowledge anything, but I wish congratulations on you, young Drake. It is good to finally see someone take the mantle. I hope you can reach them. Well, my glaive. But you're welcome to try.
It's... I know who this guy is. But
At
my
this point,
shadow is mute and cannot talk.
Yep. Costas starts to kind of lower herself down and.
You need to
kinda
teach that
stands
thing
to the
sign
edge.
language.
Are you? What are you guys looking to do? Because Costas seems to be getting ready to dive in.
Proud of you.
Like she's taking off like her chainmail armor and she's putting the greatsword down.
Okay, well... I'm going to make my way towards the...
I was like, eat ass?
Yeah. Okay. Are you going under the water or are you going to be on top of the water?
I'm going to go under and have a look.
So I'm just going to
I promised
point you
someone
down.
else that I'd bring them the blade.
Dexter, where are you going?
I keep my promises.
I start to slowly take off my armor, but I kind of watch her, wait for her to go first, sort of thing.
All right. She goes diving in.
I pick up her greatsword and I throw it up on top of the shelf.
Okay, so all right.
Yeah, just that 5-foot area.
Fair enough. All right, yeah,
And,
she's diving down.
I keep my rapier on me and I dive in after I've taken off most of my clothes.
Make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Yay! I'm dead.
No.
Not yet.
I mean, 9. It's cold.
Keep in mind you're already at one level of exhaustion.
No. As you go to dive in, your face collides with the top of the water. And you go screeching to a halt a couple inches away. Take 9 damage. 9 damage to the face.
Am I Jesus?
Only down here.
Only where it counts.
We're going to do a little bit of fast forwarding as
Story time.
especially, well, not even that. A lot of things happen that you don't really understand or see because you notice that she goes down, and the next thing. Shut up.
She goes down on the big black long thing.
Well, she doesn't come up with a big black long thing.
Yeah.
I will just note, I put my stuff back on. Her stuff is all piled up on top of it.
You basically, in the time it took you to dive down and stand up, she is standing over here. The figure is gone, and instead of a greatsword, she has the hilt of a 2-bladed scimitar. Extended out each end is this long yellow glow.
Darth Maul?
Very similar. If
Darth
you-
Mom.
think very similar. It's specifically for those who don't know it, it's the twin sunblade. But it is what it is. I'll find a picture later and I'll show it to you guys because it's a pretty cool looking item. But
We'll have it soon. So.
no. I digress.
she is standing there, and the figure that was
I should've
wreathed in
went.
shadow, you don't see.
Gimme.
You don't see the mat. You don't see the tinctures and the items that were around him.
Persuasion.
Give me.
Yeah. Okay. I
And
know-
she
I know things, unfortunately.
looks around, just the glow kind of recedes into the base of the glaive, and she sets it on her hilt. I think I know how to fix this. We need to get to the center of town. We need to get there now. And with purpose, she begins walking back. You guys get into the main chamber. There are no ghosts. Are you guys looking to do anything with the side rooms before you guys go up? Are you looking to communicate anything before you go up?
I will let her lead the way about 20
Like, she is walking with immediate
Yeah.
purpose.
I will let her stay about 20 feet in front of me.
Is she ignoring all of her stuff? She just left it right where it was?
She's not really touching. She has some, like, her tunic and that kind of stuff. Greatsword she's not touching. The armor that she took off, she's not touching.
I just communicate that Costas has two-sided weapon.
So glaive.
Yeah, basically.
Got it.
Yeah. And says she can fix this. And she's half naked.
I don't think that's what a tunic involves.
Took off her armor.
I'm readying an action.
But yeah, I follow. I do command.
I have to do a sleight of boner check.
I have.
Or would that just be stealth? I don't know.
I have. I told Shadow Richter to return, so he goes up right away as fast as he can. So
Well, that was the trigger for us to come running down and closing the door behind us.
Well, I say that we're coming back up, so.
Okay.
This is what she's wearing.
Oh, that's very not glaive-like.
No.
No. It is not.
That's very cool, though.
Ballin'.
That's not a glaive at all.
No. It's almost like none of these are glaives, except for the glaive.
Well, shit.
20 minutes you spent digging around getting glaives and stuff.
Well,
They're not glaives. Not saying that they're not important. They're not glaives. But she quickly comes up around.
when you tell me that we're coming back, I'm asking you specifically, did you find the piece of the key?
No.
You need to find the piece of the key. The last piece of the key.
What key?
My key. We've got 3 of the 4 artifacts, the pieces of the key that melted into my weapon.
No, you had all 4 of them.
I thought we were here for the last one.
No, you are here to find a connection to the Shadowfell because you don't know how to find Hotep.
That's right. Yeah. I was thinking of the last temple where we got the last piece. No,
Yes.
Yeah, I'm getting it mixed up.
For those playing along at home, they do not know how to find and unlock a critical piece of the end game that they still don't know about yet. They need to find the patron Hotep.
But it could have been either of those chambers.
Yeah, you could just be chilling in there. You didn't even look.
Yep.
Just drinking some tea.
Yeah. She is charging.
Giant ant drinking tea.
Yeah, she is charging straight ahead with full confidence, like you have seen her only once before, as her city was about to be in siege.
I just want to insight her to see how much of her is actually still her.
Please do.
Fuck. That's a 10.
I mean, you've seen her with this kind of confidence before, but something
Have I?
does seem off with.
Have I, though? I mean, I did run away.
You did not. Good point. Yeah, no, this is off. But despite that,
It's
even
really-
that,
I really-
you dove into the water, and when you hit the top, suddenly she is on the other side and has a whole different weapon. The glaive is gone. This shadow person's gone, and she's booking it.
She might be possessed.
Someone's taking her car?
I don't know. She's weird now.
You 3 looking to do anything as she's charging through.
we
She
see
hits her
her?
door first.
We see her.
Yes.
I mean,
She's like, let's
follow
go.
her back through. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
gonna-
go. We need to get to the center of town.
I'm gonna.
What are we doing?
What's the
hang on.
plan? What's going on?
That is a 6 plus 8 for persuasion.
That is a 20 with a shh.
Well, all right then.
Okay, quick question on...
I can get rid of the zombies. We need to deal with the center of town to get rid of this curse. Get rid of the curse, we can fix this city.
Okay, where's the glaive?
There is no glaive. I now have it. And she kind of references her side weapon, which is this elongated hilt, but you've not seen it in full.
So she doesn't have her beam sabers open. Okay.
No, she let that go as she was kind of moving through.
Okay, we're gonna have a talk about that after we.
I am fucking inside here because every single person has done something weird since we've been here, and I'm not. Never mind, it's a nat 1.
That is a. I think I have a +2 to insight for a 21. Yes, 21.
Again, beaming with confidence, very direct in her mission, seems to know exactly what she needs to be doing. And since you were actually one who saw it, you've seen this kind of confidence that one time.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you don't know her super well, but it seems like she knows what she's
But
doing.
it seems like she's in control of herself.
As far as you can tell, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so...
Shadow Richter's following her on heel.
Since, but I can see him. I want him to re-merge. I'm going to call him back to me, and now... Do I get what he saw? Like, this... When we... Okay.
All of it.
You connected, you just nosebleed, just like.
Pretty much. You see everything. The difference for what you see, you saw her dive down and get to the point where she would reach the glaive. And as she grabbed, like glaives are pretty well on a hilt, or on a long staff. It almost disappeared in her hand and reappeared with this thing that's now attached to her side. You then saw her get out of the water and have this long conversation with this creature, this thing. You then saw her walk around the chamber for what seemed like an hour. At which point she reached into the wall and just started tearing rock and loose rubble and she went and got water and put it up onto the wall to try to loosen the mud. And finally pulled out this rock that between her and this creature then sat down and worked to refine. And then implanted within her weapon, and is now. And then she stood up, and then you saw her for about another 2 hours stand there and practice over and over the different moves. And he was calling 1, form 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, 1, 2, 3, over and over. And when he believed that she was ready, he then called out asking for her to prove to him that she deserves this, and asked what she's going to do with this, and how she plans to do this. You're not hearing the answers, but you're seeing this happen. She's kneeling down, and the weapon's laid out in front of her, just floating about 3 inches off the ground. And your shadows recounting all of this information. Things that should have taken weeks to do happen in seconds. Dexter didn't see any of this happen in front of him. Your shadows recalling in intimate detail.
Wow, okay.
And then, whatever trial she passed, she stood tall, struck down this figure, and moved. At which point Dexter stood up from the lake. She passes him. He gets up. And you guys both moved.
Okay. That was intense.
And there's like a weird...
They were down there for probably 20 minutes.
So he's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I feel like it was 20
material.
minutes and the shadows... Okay.
Shadows recording weeks of material.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, I'm going to relay everything that... I mean, she's still walking, so I'm just... My personal insight on it is it looks like she's earned whatever this is. I don't know about possession at all. I don't know what the whole... When she struck down the figure who I am guessing was probably the Revenant King if he transferred into her or something, but she seems to know what's going on and has trained for whatever it is. So I'm not inclined to trust but verify, basically.
Trust. Yeah.
You guys are heading up and out of this through the initial clearing back to the stonework road leading into Amphiaqua proper, the city. You immediately notice just towering monoliths and arcane studies, and you get to another district of just homes, and there are undead everywhere, and as she passes, without even looking at them, they just melt into the city. You see a family, or what would have been a family turned into skeletons. A mother, 2 small children step out of a home as though they're going to progress or assault, and they just...
In which case, as we're seeing this, Grunk is, since he knows that they're safe, Grunk is praying for these people.
They're, defining safe, they seem to be getting laid to rest in some fashion, but it seems to be very localized within the radius of Costas.
And every single person, he's just continuing to pray.
You don't know where you're going. As you guys are moving, you're kind of getting a sense of the streets are almost broken into, like, are you familiar with the term fractals, where they're just repeating concentric patterns going through? They seem to be this swirl of, like, think of it like a pizza where it's a square box, circle, cut into triangles, rinse, repeat, going in circles, keep going. All these geometric patterns and shapes built into this city until she gets to a large staircase going about 50 feet up. It's about 100 feet wide. Either side are these huge, just almost capitalistic buildings. Huge pillars are mounted from doorway to doorway, wall to wall, leading into these grand cathedrals. Above the staircase, without even being able to see it, you see standing hundreds of feet into the air these overgrown, just massive, massive buildings. Takes the 2 fingers and just points up. Right there. Make a perception check, please.
I went to pick it up and it fell out of my hand. Oh, I'll take a 17.
Plus 17,
23. 21.
Not bad. So as she's pointing up, you guys can see just layered above this stairwell, you can still a distance back, you see this red plume of mist and smoke coming from somewhere just above the stairs.
Up we go, I suppose. Are we fighting something when we get up there? Do you know what we're up against?
I know that right here is the key to this curse. We fix this. We fix Honoria. I can become true queen of Honoria, reunite our clans, and fix this. I also know that whatever's up here is going to fix, or not fix, but grant you access to the thing that you've been looking for. I don't fully understand it yet, but I know that between us, we will fix this.
What do you need us to do?
Not die. She steps forward.
As she steps forward,
Is this the wrong time to add that I have one more stipulation?
oh my god.
And I say that to us as she's walking forward.
Before she really walks off,
Doesn't hear it.
he's going to like
Got a 3.
put his hand like on her shoulder. We have her back and casting guidance.
All right.
At least even if she doesn't use it, she has it. Just for at least a moment.
So are you guys following up with her, or are you guys sticking back?
Hanging back a ways, but yeah, following.
Are you guys prepping anything on your route up there? I know you said you cast guidance.
I'm
Shadow Rector,
gonna
no Shadow Rector?
I'm gonna split off 40 to the Shadow, 11 to me.
All right.
And hang back with Benjamin, my
Fair enough.
corporeal form.
And
Ready.
I'm
Go ahead.
I'm gonna ready casting hex on anything that looks hexable,
Fair enough.
so that way I can then on my actual turn get curse in also on attack.
Yep.
Ready action, emboldening bond.
Okay. And Dexter.
Have as soon as we get close to the top, pop another giant form and be ready with my glaive.
Alright. Cossus is the first to reach the top. She has this new weapon in hand. Blades aren't out, but she steps forward. As you guys reach the top, go ahead.
Never mind.
I'll just say, what are you rolling for?
I was gonna roll like perception history to see if I recognized it at all.
Yeah. Sorry,
Thinking-
not with that roll.
With my patron being the great architect of things of this nature, I thought
Yep.
maybe I would recognize something to do with it. But
I get it.
nope, now the 2.
As you guys get to the top in this city that has presented itself as overrun with death, decay, hundreds of years of rot and ruin, buildings crumbling in on themselves, you get to the top of this stairwell and you see a massive courtyard in full bloom, centered around what seems like acres of just beautiful sandy beach-like perfection, Terra Garden style, where it's just combed and just pruned to absolute perfection up here. You see one individual about 200 feet off, just with a rake, just moving through, cleaning out what would be the sand. Lines immaculate. Centered around this grand fountain. You count about 15 individuals knelt down, robes starting to decay out, arms back, head all the way tilted back, mouth agape. Red smoke spewing out of the mouth, forming up into this large, massive cloud. She just turns and looks. You're not supposed to be here. Can I help you?
The raking individual?
You cannot be here. I would recommend turning and leaving before someone gets hurt.
They're not
My
supposed
hex
to be
symbol
here.
appears on its forehead.
Her forehead.
Her
but yes.
forehead.
Grunk just,
Range is 200 yards? Or 200 feet?
Oh, is she 200 feet up? Never
Yep.
mind.
About 200 feet up.
Okay.
Grunk just, none of these undead people are supposed to be here either.
There is no undead in the immediate vicinity, by the way. It's just that you've got about 15 bodies around this fountain. This woman that's raking her sandy
Points out.
garden, and
If he's calling them undead, if he doesn't know,
Yeah,
he
it
calls
just-
them
I'm
out
just
as
throwing
undead.
Not
out
even
there.
those people like pointing out
Yep.
to like down beneath them, where they came from. Like, none of those people supposed to be here. They need to be put to rest permanently.
no, I'm sorry, you mistake. Those individuals absolutely need to be here to keep us safe. We could not be doing the work that we are without them. That is a critical part of all of this.
What work are you talking about?
We're maintaining the beacon, young one. We have to keep this safe.
Speaking of, you're confusing me by using your words and not explaining them further.
I'm going to take a quick pause. Anybody else doing anything with any of this?
Hi guys, welcome.
I know you said because you're giant now.
So
your action was to go giant on.
if I wanted to, let's say, cast a different spell, I'd lose my ready to action. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I won't. Never mind.
Richter, you got you and Shadow Richter. Colossus is taking a slow approach towards the woman. Doing an ever so incidental drag of her toe through the sand, interrupting the lines as she's going.
Oh hell yeah, I'm all about
I
that.
say, if Grunk sees this, Grunk will continue talking
Yeah.
as a distraction.
Yeah, it's
We're all walking forward,
she,
kind
like,
of
it's,
shoulder to shoulder.
yeah, it's clearly that she's approaching. It's just the subtleness of just screwing up a little bit.
Oh, I'm walking at her side, just like dragging my feet through the sand.
This is less covert.
Yes. I'm being a dick.
I'm sorry. No, this is not the right time. I'm going to need you all to leave. We cannot afford these kinds of distractions. So I'm sorry. You're going to have to go now. Now's not a good time. Perhaps. Well, I got about another 200 years on this shift. How about in 300 years you can come back and we can resume this conversation?
Roughly what time of day is it?
Again, so you are having a rough time depicting that because when you guys entered the forest, it immediately went kind of grayscale up in the sky where it's just constantly cloudy. You've been battling with these winter storms. It's just really hard to dictate what time it is. You would estimate, though, probably about 4 in the afternoon.
Okay. I tell her that I have about a 5 o'clock appointment up here, so...
Persuasion check with disadvantage.
Fuck. I rolled an 18 the first one, and a 6 the second time. So, 9 total.
That beats a net 5.
Oh.
She kind of, you almost look at her, you look at her and she looks perplexed. And then she shifts to immediate concern. And she drops the rake and starts booking it towards this circle of people. What would you guys like to do?
Oh, I don't think that she should be allowed to reach that circle of people.
Nope.
How close is the closest person?
Again,
Yeah, how far are we from her at this
they're
point?
about. So she was about 200 feet over here. The circle's immediately in front of you. That's going to be about 150 feet. Could just due to Pythagorean theorem. So about 150 feet from where the bodies that are emitting this misty smoke. She's running from the side to try to connect with them.
So we are here, Fountain's here, she's there, we've made a triangle?
Yes.
Got it. I'm moving to the
I would like
direction
everybody to
to
roll
cut her off.
initiative on this now.
Alright.
Sorry, we're going late on initiative, but I want to.
That's fair.
If we can finish this, we finish the arc tonight, and I will let you guys level up.
Okay.
12.
14.
13.
Plus 4, 14.
All right, so we got C, we got Dendron. I'm sorry, you three had one after another. What?
I had 13.
12.
14.
All right. Thanks. Then we have Gronk. Then we have Richter. Then we have.
Always at the bottom.
Okay, it's all right. And then we have Mystery Person. Cautious goes and she moves in. She goes a full complement of speed. She is approximately now about 90 feet away. With now, you see her kind of shake, like light bright shake the or not light bright. What's the glow stick? Shakes the thing.
She
and just
snaps it in half.
but
Shake it.
gets both beams rolling.
Can I get my ready to action for the Morning Bomb?
Yeah.
Costas, Shadow Richter, Giant.
Fair enough. Dendron, you're up.
Alright, I'm going to move up to the 90 feet mark.
All right.
And the hex appears on her forehead.
Fair enough.
And then I am going to hex and, or not, sorry, curse and blast.
All right.
That's a 14 to hit.
Miss.
That's a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
Yay.
And as she's running, kind of catch her in her hip.
Help! I'm falling. I can't get up.
This little. So that is going to be that. And this. That is 5 plus 5, so 10 force, 1 necrotic.
Okay.
And because I cursed her, I get my proficiency bonus as damage as well. which is currently 3, so add an additional 3 to that.
Alright, 14.
And with... let's see.
Get off the mummy page here. Looking up, where is my thing? That one.
I have to pick an ability that she has disadvantage, disadvantage on ability checks. Would opposed strength for grappling, is that considered an ability check? Okay, then I'm gonna go strength for
Alright, so I'm gonna
for
go
that specific reason.
-ST
Cough, cough, wink, nudge.
Okay. That brings us to Dexter. You're up. You're about 150 feet away from this individual who is trying to, 150 feet away from where she's trying to get to. So, are you moving up?
Yeah, double move.
What's your speed?
30.
Alright, so you get to the 90 feet mark.
And I go,
What about my apartment? Took me a second. That took me a second. Holy shit. I love you, Steve.
I'm now seething with rage because she's forgotten about my appointment that I forgot that I haven't made.
Alright. Grunk, you're up.
Cool. Again, 90 feet away from us at this point? Or... Oh, cool.
No. You're still 150 feet away. They're 90.
Oh.
Because they're double moving up.
Gotcha. Well, I need to kind of run up to people, so yeah, I need to double move myself.
Alright, 90 feet. Richter.
Okay, I am going to...
Shadow Richter's got a bit more movement than you do, but...
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, I think you can get Shadow Richter up there.
Let's do that.
So Shadow Richter's on top of these creatures now, ready to intercept. That's, action and move, so if you got a bonus for him, but otherwise you can move up to 30 feet for yourself now.
That's what it's just so I can maintain fine control over him.
Alright, so you're going to be lagging a little bit behind the rest of them, but Shadow Richter's up there. That's going to be this person's turn. This person is going to go ahead, and you see this thing, or you see her starting to cast some form of, as she kind of slides into the sand between two of these creatures. You see the area around her explode in foliage, and she kneels down and immediately starts just rapid fire, just praying in this nonsense language. You're not quite certain what she's saying, but she is clearly doing something as part of this, some kind of a ritual. We're gonna go back to see Costas. Costas is gonna move another 60 feet up, bring her to 30 feet away. Dendron, Dexter, you're on deck.
I'm going to move up to the 60 feet mark, and I'm going to cast Id Insinuation, which means I need her in her current state to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom, you say?
Yes.
17? How does a 23 sound?
A 23 unfortunately succeeds.
Alright, does anything happen on a success? Such as half damage?
Nope.
That's convenient. Normally those spells have still some damage riders. Nope. Alright, Dexter, you're up.
I'm just gonna blind rage run up.
Alright, you're within 30 feet.
I have yet to successfully land that. You outroll it every time.
I get really lucky on that one. The downside, it's Wisdom. Wisdom's one of the most common saving throws.
Yeah.
Outside of Constitution. But see, I thought it was an intelligence saving throw.
I have yet to successfully land that this whole campaign. Like, I might stop stocking it.
You did get me in a one shot, but that was a one shot, and it was on like a low level mook that you thought was a really powerful guy. And I'm like, well, sorry, that sucked. That said, Dexter, you went. That gets us to Gronk. You are 90 feet away from this cluster of people around this large fountain, and overhead is this ominous, thick, glowing red cloud.
Am I able to tell if by any chance destroying the bodies would stop, or would it like exaggerate the issue or the cloud?
Roll. Let's get some Arcana going, or religion, or whatever you think is going to be helpful to roll.
I'm doing religion.
Because that's exactly what I was gonna do.
That's a 12.
You have no idea what's happening. You don't know what this is. You don't know why this is. You've never seen 15 bodies centered around, arms back, just mouth agape, spewing this red. The bodies themselves look like they may as well be just mummified, petrified in place. And these creatures are just, they look in pain. They look horrifying.
Did that take my action? No. Okay.
Not for something knowledge like that.
Okay. Then, in which case, Grok is going to move the 30 feet up still. He is
He's 60 feet away.
Perfect. Because he's just going to yell out,
Under the order of the Azorian Senate, I demand that you cease your actions!
and he's going to cast Spiritual Weapon at 3rd level.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack.
Yep. That's only a 13.
Your attack. 13 hits. Ooh.
Right.
I missed with a 14.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. My first attack roll was a 14. You said I missed.
Hang on. Gronk, wait. I might be getting my stuff crossed. Again, lots of stuff prepared.
I rolled a 14 on the first one, didn't I?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's a 15.
Okay.
I lied.
That
I
is
was like, what the fuck?
That is
Shut up. She dropped her shield, right?
that is perfectly fine.
No. So yeah, armor class is 15
Sorry.
for those of you who did not know.
No, that's okay. Because as that weapon goes out, because that's a bonus action, I can still cast a cantrip. Guess who sends up Sacred Flame if she has to make a dex save?
I think I might take Sacred Flame.
It's a
I need a
15.
bonus action roll.
No.
Oh.
15 does not pass.
You sure?
Yeah, it's a 16
Oh.
DC. And she's going to take 8 points of radiant damage.
22.
And just for flavor, because she's praying with her hands right now, and she is causing these issues, guess who's trying to shoot at those hands just as, like, just burning them?
Alright. Fair enough.
It's his turn.
Alright, Richter.
Okay.
Shadow Richter's up there. You're still 120 feet back.
Let's see.
She is kneeling down in some form of a prayer ritual with 15 other bodies surrounding her.
Okay, well, originally I was going to target the bodies, but I think if we can take out her, that would probably stop what's going on. I'm going to, from where Shadow Richter is, how far away is she?
Within 15 feet.
Okay, cool.
It's yeah. The
I'm
well,
going to-
it's a large well, but it's like if you think like middle of city well, or not well, but fountain. It's a big fountain, but it's not hundreds of feet. It's like 30 feet around.
Gotcha. Okay.
And she's off to one side.
I am going to circle around to her blind side and
Roll with advantage.
give her the old
She is
Deathstalker's embrace.
The equivalent to prone position.
Okay, so
I didn't dash.
15 actually.
15 will hit.
Cool.
Spiritual
And
weapons are bonus action.
let's see. What was Deathstalker's?
I'm trying to
1d4
communicate
plus
something
dex
here
plus
secretly.
1.
No, I was just confused.
Alright.
So 3. So that's
I gotcha.
1d4
That I
plus
didn't.
Yeah,
dex.
it's not concentration.
6 plus 1. 7.
Did you roll your sneak attack dice?
I did not.
That's
Which one do I roll with for that one?
Well, it's d6 equal to your equivalent
do
rogue
that.
level. So if you're at
Do a
6th
constitution
level,
like-
that's 3d6.
Or 3 constitution symbol of hope so that everyone can get killed action with it.
5, 7,
Nice.
14.
I get excited. It'll be
Total 14 damage.
Total 14.
You guys see, as you guys are charging forward, Shadow Richter kind of slowly apparates up behind her, and with Deathstalker's embrace, just stabs straight through the back, mid-ritual, and you just see her slump down.
Oh shit. Okay.
She's still breathing heavy,
Okay.
but she is on the ground, seemingly unconscious.
Yeah, and he's gonna yell up,
Don't kill her. We need to take her in.
Costas' turn. She moves up. She has to use the rest of her movement to get there. She's now on top of these creatures that are spewing this mist and fog.
So she's at the fountain, or she's at the swamp?
She's now at the fountain.
Okay.
Well, no, wait, because you guys were 30
We were
feet.
30 feet,
So she
yeah.
can move. She could make an attack. She's asking them, what are we... Guys, what are we doing?
It's your call. You brought us here. End it or not end it?
She goes and makes a strike against one of the two.
One of the two.
Oh, I'm sorry.
One of the 8.
She has several attacks, but she's going to start...
Is she hitting the slumped person or the fountain?
No, she's not quite to the... She needs another 15 feet to get to that one. So she's hitting one of the 15. So hit...
So am I come
So
up, it's
one
my
of the
turn next. Am I
first
shooting her?
14 or 15 drops and it brings it down to 14. As she gets the last kind of a back and forward, you see the strikes that slice across the back just cleanly cut through, seems to cauterize on hit. And the last of the mist fades up into this cloud up above. But then falls into the sand. Dungeon's turn?
I'm
Next
going to
turn.
call out to Costas. Are we killing her or not?
I just know the answers are here. I don't know what to do with her. I know the answers are here.
Does she pose a threat to us if she's still alive?
I don't know. We need to...
I'm not good at I don't
it's
know.
here. Whatever it is, the solution is here. We need to fix this. We need to figure it out.
Keep us separated.
You just hear me angrily go, I need to know about my appointment!
Alright, I'm going to...
Make
sure you're on deck.
Am I still able to speak, or should I?
How far is it from her to the fountain?
About 5 feet.
No, not Costas, the slumped over lady. Oh, she's that close? Okay.
She basically got to the fountain and was just kneeling down there praying.
Damn! Damn it! I try to pick her up and I can't. I'm not strong enough.
Yeah, no, not this round.
I'm assuming that a dirty 1 is not enough to pick up this slumped over lady.
No, but with that, you do notice that she's pretty much right at 0.
I was gonna throw her in the fountain.
That's fair. Yeah, no, you pick her up and you kind of like notice her like hacking and coughing and just kind of looking up lost, if anything. Dexter, your turn. You can make it up to the fountain and start clearing out these 14 other people and or deal with the we'll call her the gardener for now.
I'm going to grab one of the 14, and instead of killing them, I'm going to just yeet it away.
Towards the fountain or out of the fountain?
Out of the fountain.
Strength check, please. Or athletics check, please.
Oh, if we're going by athletics, I got at least a 6.
For yeeting. And yes, that would have been athletic stuff.
Is 6 enough?
You also get a D4 because you're within.
18?
Yeah.
You pick her up. She doesn't go super far, but you manage to pick her up and kind of chuck her a few feet.
One of the 14 bodies, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And same thing, as you seem to like grab and disrupt whatever this thing was, this person was, or was doing, same effect happens. Like the last of this gaseous smoke comes out, and you see the entire chest cavity start to like cave in on itself and just crumbles into a pile of ash.
Does anything happen to the cloud?
It seems to be getting thinner, but it's still fairly like as the last of it starts to kind of fade up into it, it's doing less of the pluming and more starting to just slowly kind of dig into itself.
I look back at Gronk with a grimace and say, is that normal?
It's your turn.
That's a great question. My fear is that the cloud is going to come back together as one monster, one big monster, instead of being a big old cloud.
I'm pretty far away from Gardener Lady, aren't I?
And on my next turn, I'm going to take the rope out of my bag and tie her up.
Gronk is basically going to say, I need to kind of spare the dying on her. Make sure she does not die, but make sure she does not
Is she at
possibly-
death saving throws right now?
We're going to count her right as 0 and it's stable for current.
Okay.
Anything happens to her, that's going to change.
Different. Right.
Okay.
Then yeah, come my next turn, I'm gonna take
Literally,
her
you
up out
dropped
of
her
the
to
magnet
1. Okay. Or to that 0.
Never mind. In
She
that
had
case.
36 health.
And if we're sitting here doing that, then bonus action move the spiritual weapon to one of these bodies, and then action cast sacred flame on the other one.
Does a 2 get it?
No.
See another one. This one completely engulfed in this flame, just is still in the same pose, but is in now this just like black and charred state.
And then it was a dirty 20 to hit the other one.
And that one, as you hit, connects all the way through and just completely falls in on itself.
Okay.
And you see this fog cloud starting to get infinitely smaller for everyone that you drop.
I should be 50 feet away from that good old fountain, just for my own notes. Anyone else's?
Richter.
I am going to back off. How far exactly does my thorn whip of death
30
strike?
feet.
30 feet. So I'm going to back off 30 feet. The nearest
With Shadow Richter or Real Richter?
the Shadow Richter.
All right.
And the nearest body, I'm just going to
Whip it out.
Yeah.
Roll with advantage.
Ooh, there's 18. Well, that's
But it
without
hits.
modifier.
Unless you want to go for a crit, but these things do not have a lot of health.
No, just
Fuck it, roll it.
We're down 6.
See if you get the crit.
Go for it. Come on.
Roll it. See if you get the crit.
that would be a miss. 3.
You keep the better of the two. So.
Yeah,
Oh,
you got
that's right, with
advantage.
advantage. Sorry. Oh,
No,
yeah.
you already got the hit.
You already got it with an 18.
Oh,
I was saying
what was-
roll it the second time just to see if you get the 20.
But yes, you do hit, and
For the
that body just like
prestige.
kind of wraps around the neck. Like, see the head actually roll over on itself as the body just like snap backwards and falls into the sand. You guys have a number of these Onerigens down.
Veterinarians?
Onerigen?
Yeah, animal doctor.
Close.
Bless you.
Super
that
old
reckon-
people. No,
Let's
that's
say, for those that
septuagenarian.
recognize the term, Onerigen.
Octogenarian?
Richter. Shadow Richter does see up ahead, and for those that are close, you see this. Again, we'll call her the gardener for now. She laying kind of face down in the sand. You were trying to pick her up. She just makes the softest of comments that, "You fools, it's too late now. You can't stop her from coming." And she is now going in unconscious. That brings us. I need to roll. Caustis' turn. She's gonna just go around and she's gonna get 2 more because she's got melee and she's able to get the movement for 2 more of them. That brings us down to what is it, 6, 7, 9 of them are down. There are very few left, and there's just kind of this small orb shifting around above the fountain of red mist. Dendron, your turn.
So is she at the state where I could give her some, like I can do a medicine check to bring her back to stable, or does she need spare the dying?
She is unconscious. If you used a medicine check or use your action to try to do that, if you have a healer's kit, yes.
Okay.
If you do not have a healer's kit, you're going to need to.
I do.
Okay, then yes, you can.
Okay, so I can bring her to stable.
Yes.
Plus medicine, 4 + 2. Oh wait, so does the healer's kit give me advantage or anything like that, or is it just I can do additional things with a medicine check?
You are able to, for a dying figure, you can full stabilize them. If you have the healer feat, you can bring it to 1.
Understood. Okay.
Otherwise, you can help. There are things that medicine checks can do, but it's more of the on rest type things.
Gotcha. Okay.
Or figure out like, shit, this person's dying because they're poisoned type things.
Understood. So she is back to stable?
She is stable.
Okay. Now
She's
is
laying
that
face down in the sand?
that's my primary action. Can
Yep.
I like
Yeah,
grab
bonus
my
and move.
rope?
You have bonus and move.
Okay. I'm gonna pull my rope out of my bag.
Right.
And prepare to tie her up on my next turn.
Dexter. Make a perception check, please. So all of this happening around you, you weren't able to hear what was said from the gardener. You just know that she was able to get something out and watch her drop. Something enough that Dendron, of all people, took the time to stabilize her. There are...
I pulled out a med kit.
There are a handful of these creatures still emitting this mist, but what piques your interest is floating about 30 feet above you, up in the mist, floating about 5 feet above the top of this fountain. You see some kind of a shape within this ball of red. But the part that catches you most concerned, this tendril kind of flaps out of the red mist before it gets sucked back in. What would you like to do?
Hi, everyone's looking at me because now I'm just screaming really quietly.
Well, I think as players, most of us know what's going on at this point.
I'm also going to give us some room to get to the end of this round. We're going to either finish the combat and finish the arc, knowing that we're going long, or we're going to cut it at the end of this round to finish it next session.
I could go long. I'm going to.
Dexter.
He's the only one that saw it?
At current.
Okay.
Don't forget, when you're within Costas or Shadow Richter, you have a D4 to everything every round. All three of you do. I have nothing to do with being within 30 feet of you now.
I take the shield from my back and I frisbee it straight up at it.
Holy shit.
Range attack roll without your proficiency. So it's going to be strength or dex and a d20.
Okay. 18.
I think if that worked, they would have done that instead of the fucking fog, but okay.
I don't need Carl up right now. I need to have this monster.
The big fucking bad at the end of the campaign. Pull him up quick. This is like baby Frieza before he gets to like his final form. This is what we're dealing with right now.
I'm sorry, but
Yes, an 18 does hit it.
Just say her, we know.
But the best part about it is like
It's a zombie beholder, it's fine.
Oh, that's not what I thought it was.
Oh, well, shut up. Alright, it's at 93. You hit it. You are not proficient in throwing shields, so it is 1 damage plus your strength.
-1.
What?
I have a +3 to strength.
9.
89. Alright.
20 more points.
Bonus action and movement. Again, you're at the edge of this ring. There are several of these Anerigens emitting smoke, covering this figure in a cloud of fog, obscuring its location. The fountain itself raises up about 5 feet below where it actually sits.
Yeah, it's too far up for me to hit it, so I can't do anything much.
Did I see him throw his shield up in the...
You
okay.
did.
And it,
You also saw
heard
it
it connect. Okay.
There you go. Big creature thing, fight. My people holder.
Okay, so are we gonna shift focus from the things that are containing it and focus it down, and then we'll finish the little fucking creepy people after?
We don't know if it's gonna get stronger.
It's obscured too, so
You guys can focus on it if you want. I can still attack 2 of these bodies at a time.
6 left.
6 left, and they only have 3 HP each. You can do it.
What am I attacking on my turn? Am I attacking what's up top, or am I attacking the...
It is Dexter's turn. I need to know what you're doing with your movement and your bonus.
Oh,
Are you moving anywhere? You're just going to stand at the edge of this fountain.
yeah.
Alright, that goes to its turn. Uses a random magical eye ray to shoot a target it can see within 60 feet. I need to roll a d4. I now know which one it's going to use. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Costas is 5. On a 6, I will re-roll. 3.
Son of a bitch.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please, as you are shot with this purple ray from outside of the club.
I hate that it was a nat 20 for a split second there. I saw that. So wisdom saving throw, huh? That's a 12.
You, sir, are frightened for the next minute.
That's so long.
Just you're able to, if in the event you are attacked within the next minute, you can repeat the saving throw. If not, for the next minute, you cannot get closer or attack it with any damaging spells.
Oh, I can't attack it, or I attack with disadvantage?
You can't attack it, I don't think.
You cannot attack it.
You can attack the things around it, though.
You can attack things around it. You can use spells on it. You just cannot use something that causes an attack roll.
So you can move your spiritual weapon next to it.
I mean, yeah, okay.
Or wait, no, I'm thinking, because they don't do damage passively, so you have to actually make them attack. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm getting it confused.
Now, Spiritual Guardians,
that's
a
one.
saving throw. That's
the
a
one
subtly different thing. But, that said, you, my boy, are frightened. That brings us
He's scared.
to Grunk's turn. Speaking of
fuck
which,
you, Lesser Restoration, bitch. Boo! Fuck you! Actually, no, Gronk wouldn't say that.
Are you moving anywhere?
I can move back 15 feet and still have my spiritual weapon hit it, I believe, because the spiritual weapon has to be within 60 feet.
Nope, you have to cast it within 60 feet. It can just keep on going.
Oh, it can keep on going. Thank you. I appreciate
Are you
that.
going to be sticking around the fountain or the other Onerigens, or are you just backing out?
I'm backing out because I don't need to be that close to everybody. Everyone's already covered for their
Did you
stuff.
use your action?
Action was Lesser Restoration.
So he's no longer scared.
Because if this thing is going to start causing
Yeah.
that's
No,
really
I was just
bad.
gonna say because if you can take over tying this lady up so that I can do the pew, that'd be helpful.
I would just get her out of there. I wouldn't even worry about tying her up if she's unconscious.
Sure.
Yeah, but spiritual weapon's gonna go up and hit this. Or sorry, no.
It's gonna go up. It's not gonna. Oh, you can attack as you rest. That's
Sorry, yep, that's why. Yeah, that's a 25 to hit one of the bodies.
Disadvantage. Oh, the body. Sorry,
Bodies.
I thought you were going up for the. Okay.
Yep, no, I told them
hits.
what I was gonna do. That was my bad. Cool.
That dies.
I was gonna say that's a 14.
3 health.
17.
Down 5. Richter.
I moved my hex to the thing in the cloud.
Perception check.
For
16. Did you get it?
Yes.
All
17.
right. Then yeah, you catch it as one of the eye beams, like the eye stalk, kind of catches out, and you manage to connect it.
I don't think my curse moves, does it?
No, I don't believe so. But double check.
I'm really, really glad we had the long rest.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to hit it with a Witch Bolt at 3rd level.
Nice. For 15, can you do it?
If I can
Did I take any
crit it
damage?
again. Pissed.
It did. Oh, I'm back up to full, so that's nice because it died.
24.
That'll hit.
Alright.
It's a crit, so I'm happy.
Let's see here. So I need D12s.
Okay, so hex is on it, but the curse is not.
When you
Again, I cursed the wrong fucking target.
hit target takes 1d12 lightning damage, and on each of your turns,
Yep, so you just stand there and concentrate.
Okay, and when this spell is cast using the slot 2nd or level or higher, 1d12 for each slot above the first.
So 3d12?
3d12.
Fucking huge.
And then a d12 on every recurring.
That
Starts
doesn't
with a
help.
1.
That doesn't help.
Sounds like Richter.
No, he was rolling fucking bombs earlier.
Right.
Go back to fucking Firebolt or whatever. 10 total.
And that was lightning. Alright. Yeah, right, a 7 apparently. Alright. But you now have concentration on him. One of the awesome parts of Umbra Savant is he's still got a Savant that can. Well, he's concentrating. So, that said, that brings us around to the end of the first turn. We can either cut it here, or we can finish this arc. You good to stay for a few minutes?
I'm fine.
As long as it's within 20, 30 minutes.
We're gonna make it quick. We're gonna, as soon as this thing's down, we're gonna wrap up story, and we're done. Okay. Good. All right.
Let's do it.
Costas is gonna keep. She can't get up there right now, so she's gonna keep clearing an Erigen. She's got 2 more, down to 4. Brings us to Dendron and then Dexter. So figure out what you're gonna do.
15 to hit.
Hit. Oh, hits. Barely. But disadvantage. Because you were shooting into a cloud.
12.
Natural one misses. Alright, yeah, so you throw it in there, hits the smoke, but you don't seem to connect with anything.
Wait. I have double sight. Oh, that's only for darkness. I mean, it's not true sight.
Yep. Now that said, if we can get rid of those Nergens, it's going to be a different story. Dexter, you're up.
I didn't do you. I'm sad.
I go up to the closest Nergen thing.
Nergen.
And I attack it. Not fucking not 20.
It dies.
Just fucking it explodes.
There's 3 left. You still have movement, and you have your second attack.
Yeah, I move up to that second one and I attack it. 16.
That'll get it.
How far apart are they?
Again, so this whole thing, it's 30 feet around, and there's 15 of them, so they're every couple feet.
Okay, so you're saying 2 of them are close enough that I can have 10 feet reach?
Yeah.
Cool, so I not only do I attack that one with the 16, then I bonus action to use Full Arm Master to attack the last one.
There you go.
There you go. Well, there's 2 left, so there will be 1 left after you pull Arm Master.
You could action search, but you probably want to save that for the beholder.
Okay, I'm assuming a 6 plus something.
12? You're looking for a 9.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Yes. Alright, yeah. You guys got that down, and now you guys can see the prime form of this beholder, kind of rotted flesh. The eye is sunken in and almost leaking out of its face. The jaw is slack, hanging off, and 4 stalks. Wildly frantic. That said, you see her reach around.
Shut up. Context and phrasing.
We try. Dendron, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please, as the eye targets you, this ghostly green energy.
Well, there's an 8.
Not going to make it. I am going to need you to take 35 force damage. Are you still living?
Yeah. Only so slightly.
I didn't get you to 0 on that one.
No.
Okay.
You would have had I not had my curse on the thing I shouldn't have cursed, because when it died, I got HP back. So maybe it is a good thing I cursed that.
So the part where it says, if damage reduces target to 0 hit points, its body becomes a pile of fine gray dust.
No!
Holy shit.
No, that doesn't happen.
That brings us to
thankfully.
Grunk. You see Dendron get blasted with this ghostly green energy from one of the eye stalks. He's not looking great.
That's not okay. All of these Onarians are dead.
One's left. Emitting this thick red smoke up into the air.
Step back further!
I did. I went back 30 feet.
You hit a stool.
Yeah, I'm 30 feet away, and then I got blasted.
They have
I will
range
be
60
moving
feet.
30. I will be moving 30 more.
And then I'm going to go ahead and use good old-fashioned Sacred Flame on the body.
Okay.
So, dexterity saving throw.
He fails.
Good luck,
They
yeah.
failed dex save, so
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, doesn't really do much, huh? And
can you deal it 3 damage?
Yeah, to start with, yeah.
You get the last one. It is now this zombie beholder floating just above the top of the fountain.
And the spiritual weapon of the cat o' nine tails basically is going to start spinning, so that all the whips are just going around like some sort of shuriken and just right up to this thing.
All right, roll for a 15.
It stopped at a 7 and creeped over.
Like as soon as you said 15, it dropped up 15, so 24 total.
That hits. What's the damage?
It is going to be taking. All right,
12.
if only. Ooh, it's going to be taking 11.
Damn, that's
Points of force damage. Action, bonus action.
68.
That
Can you get it before he gets a party member?
Sorry. That's that for Grunk.
Grunk goes to Richter.
Okay. Let's see. So it's in the air, so I can't really.
So it's Shadow Richter can fly.
Oh.
It
Guess
is.
guess what
The
I
thing's
learned
about
tonight.
the total is about 20 feet. The fountain goes about 15 feet up and it's floating about 5 feet above the fountain.
Oh well then.
So there's room on the fountain for one person to try to climb up it and stand there and try to fight just punching up. But that's up to you guys.
Well,
Shadow Richter can fly.
Since I just figured out that Shadow can fly.
Pretty sure that's in the rules.
Oh. I probably should read them sometime. I am going to try to. I mean, this thing has a back, right? I mean, not.
It's a ball with the front half has an eye and a mouth. The back half is still a ball.
Okay, well.
But yes, there's a back half.
The side without the eye, which I would assume would be the back, is where I'm going to stab it with the Sarcophagus.
Fortunately, you don't currently have anybody engaged in melee with it, so you're not going to get your sneak attack, but you still get any damage that you're looking to deal.
23.
That'll hit. And don't forget, you have your. When you're done with this, you have your. D12.
How high up is it?
20 feet up.
Alright, so 3 stacks, 6, 7 damage.
Alright, 7 damage on the stab, and how about your D12 for.
12.
So what was it, 7 and 12?
25.
19?
Yeah, 19. What did I get 25?
I don't know.
I'm fucking terrible at math. But yeah, that's 25.
49.
I'm gonna go to bed.
Alright, that brings us to Costas, who's going to begin her ascent up the one side. We're going to give her the athletics. Yeah, she climbs up and she goes to make some swings against this guy. 2 attacks. The second one hits. That's D4s now.
I'd say add a D4 to that first attack if it would help. Okay.
5 plus, so that's another 7. Backhand missed, and then her secondary attack. No, that's not going to hit. All right, so she's up there now, kind of standing at the top of this fountain, going into melee with this thing with her newfound weapon. Bringing us to Dendron and then Dexter.
That is a 22 to hit.
That'll hit. Yes.
That is for 12 plus 5.
12 plus 5?
17.
Yep. Damage?
Yeah, 17 damage.
Okay.
Is force and necrotic if either of those matters.
Was that total damage or you got more coming?
Well, that was off of one EB, and then a 13 on the second.
Does not hit.
Okay.
So 42 minus
Anything with Hex?
17.
Oh, wait. Hex doesn't give me any bonus hit, but I'm not getting any...
No, you're not getting my stuff. Costas, Shadow, and...
That's not the button I wanted. Damn it.
I don't even have it right now.
I can't. Brain.
Makes sense.
It's too late at night. 42 minus 17. It's at 25.
And I'm going to move back my 30 feet. I can't use a potion as a bonus, can I?
You can give yourself a potion as a bonus action. You cannot give somebody else a potion as a bonus action. That is a full action.
2d4 plus 4, right?
If it's a basic potion.
$11.
Right.
7 plus 4, 25, 25.
You done?
Yeah, that's it. That's it for me.
You're up. This thing is looking hurt. It's looking hurt.
Is there enough?
You can probably climb up the other side of it, stand on one of the bottom ledges, and reach up and get it.
Tackled it to the ground.
Probably could have if he had done that before Costas went up there, but
Yeah. I will.
she's not taking the high stance.
Attempt to attack it with my glaive. Never mind. I roll up. I got 9.
So you do have your secondary attack,
Yeah.
and or an
And
action
you can
surge.
action surge, and now would be the time. That's gonna hit.
21.
That'll hit.
And
If
you can get your polearm master in for free too.
And don't forget, you get a D4 for any of
You rolled a 3 on the first one.
Yeah,
so
I know.
that one.
I'm just saying for any future though.
5 damage on the first one. Then Polearm Master
Nice.
with a 16 plus.
Hits.
So it's got a D4 is a 3.
Plus your strength still, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's 6 total on that one.
Okay.
What was the previous one?
You got 11, so
5.
So 11 total.
Okay. An action surge.
Okay.
Not gonna do it.
Secondary attack.
9 plus 6 for
15.
It's exact.
And then 8. And then do I get Polearm Master again? Because that's a
no.
bonus?
You don't get another bonus action. You only get a primary action.
6 more damage because I have or a D6. Because I forgot I'm a giant. And I get a free D6 on one attack every single turn.
Roll then.
6.
Oh my god!
As
Wow.
you connect, standing at the base of this fountain, the red mist no longer swirling around you. I need each one of you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Well,
No, I'm sorry. Constitution. It's Constitution.
Costas and you two get D4s at least.
Away.
Yep.
Okay. I want to make sure.
17.
Constitution.
Just to add the D4. I would just add it anyway.
Nat 20.
Dirty 20.
19.
14.
I almost got turned into gray dust.
Wait, guess
I
what?
don't know if I can cast Revivify
I
on that.
forgot I have a Cloud Rune. I could have redirected that to somebody else. Like one of this.
You made it.
I would have been pissed if we found that out after I died.
You made it with a nat 20. 8 damage of necrotic. 14, you said?
Yep.
16 damage of necrotic. You made it? Or what was your total?
30-20.
8 damage. As you guys watch this creature get slashed for the last time, and its mouth kind of gets cleaved off and sloughs off into the fountain and fall, you see this explosion come from within this thing. As if you were to describe very briefly the most horrific possible vision that you could see as a character, what would that be?
Being completely overtaken by my shadow.
Dying to a child.
Just pretty much this place, just shadows, undead, like dark, like these undead knights just rising from the ground in infinite numbers and just slaughtering in the horde.
And probably like my teacher like killing my mother.
Maldive killing Philip. Alright. As these images start racking through your mind, and this fog that is emitted and kind of rolls over the entirety of this sandy field, it almost feels like it's crushing in on you, and you guys see, as part of this and all of these visions, sir.
The lady that I stabilized, does she also have this happen and is now
I
dead?
did roll for her.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, she actually failed it, which was also unfortunate. Roll a 2. That said, you guys see these visions of this entity, this mass of almost seems like floating coral the size of a continent, floating through these large tendrils breaking off from underneath and smashing into the ground, this bright red beam emitting from the center. As each of you slowly watch as wave after wave of this beats down on you, and you guys start to slip out of consciousness, each one of you guys feels from within just this deep, just inferno burning from within. And you're not certain what the source is, but you know that this is the most pain that you have ever possibly been in.
I've been to hell, okay?
Take that, amplify it. That heat compact into a center point in your chest.
Okay.
burning you from the inside out. But as you awake, you're sitting on, or you're laid out across these polished marble floors. In the middle is just a small little, kind of it almost looks like a little stand that holds a soft glowing crystal ball with just tapestries across the room. I need everybody just to make a constitution check, just to see who wakes up first.
9.
7. 5.
14.
Richter, you're the first to wake up as these two figures in these deep purple robes that seem to be illuminated off of this orb that's glowing in the center are carefully trying to get a pillow underneath your neck. Running around your feet and kind of trampling and running around is this... You're not sure quite what it is, but it's this purplish drake-type creature. And from underneath you see its wings, the entire expanse. It's only about 2 feet in total width, but it's this bright kind of whitish green iridescence from underneath, and it's just running and playing underneath your feet. And the one is trying to shoo it away a little bit, but it keeps coming in and kind of nuzzles in by one of your arms as you're waking up. As the rest of you guys wake up to this scene, the one stands up and kind of moves to the center stance, or the center orb in the middle, and just leans in and whispers softly, "Our planeswalkers have arrived. They're ready for you when you are prepared." And we're gonna cut it there.
Just want to do one thing to the dragon. Just want to grab him by the face and go, "Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?"
What I'm going to give you guys, as you guys, not only are we cut, by the way?
Would you like me to?
Please do.
Say your final, any final words to them then?
Up yours. I'm kidding. Totally